live in Phoenix. It's Farm Month. Get great Mexican food, a night at the movies, 2 tickets to the haunted barnyard apocalypse at the Willis Farm in Snowflake, and your chance at seeing Carrie Underwood and the Zac Brown Band in concert.
536-5972. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass Cashback. Woohoo!
The team at Beam & Will Drilling is like a great football team. They work hard, they work as a team, and they play to win. Their reputation is second to none, and they proudly call the White Mountains their home, even though they complete projects throughout the entire southwestern United States and beyond. No project is too big or too small for Beam & Well Drilling, so when the time comes for you to punch a hole in the ground, remember the White Mountains' top well drilling team, Beam & Well Drilling. Call anytime, 928-205-7647. Go deep with Beam & Well Drilling.
No matter the occasion, large, small, or just because, the Bloomhouse Floral Designs, located in Pine Top, will create the perfect bouquet to capture your moment perfectly. Offering the widest selection of beautiful and unique floral designs and accents, the Bloomhouse serves as your personal creation expert. We are open to serve you Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 and Saturday from 10 till 4. Same day and rush deliveries are available. Stop by or order online at bloomhouseflorals.com.
Explore beyond your limits with Samsung's new AO3S smartphone. Free for a limited time at Naked Mobile. Activate 2 months of our $75 a month 60GB LTE data plan and get the Samsung Galaxy AO3S smartphone for free. Capture awesome pics with a triple lens rear camera or shoot video in HD, Bluetooth, GPS, and side fingerprint sensor for fast access and 32GB of internal storage. Get out and explore the world. At Naked Mobile, we've got you covered for free at any Cellular One store near you or at nakedmobile.com.
The Simmons Media Group and Sports Zone Radio is proud to be the recipient of the Professional Indoor Football League's award for Top Game Day Broadcast for our work providing full television, live streaming, and radio production for the Arizona Rattlers. You can catch our live video stream broadcasts of White Mountains football on the Sports Zone Radio Facebook page and YouTube channel. This is Floyd Simmons inviting you to join us every Friday for the Hatch Toyota Friday Night Football Show and Sports Zone Radio's award-winning live video sports coverage.
Imagine this, a professional healthcare partner that's concerned about you, your choices, your health, your safety. At White Mountain Regional Medical Center in Springerville, choice and elevating your healthcare experience is the mission of our new CEO. Experienced physicians and friendly staff. Whether you need a rapid COVID-19 test, a vaccination, or you're looking to utilize the newest MRI, CT scan, or nuclear medicine technology, White Mountain Regional Medical Center, located in Springerville, is your healthcare partner when choices matter.
Hi, everybody. This is Sports Zone Radio's Floyd Simmons. Here at the Sports Zone, we are proud to offer award-winning sports coverage. We spend countless hours and miles on the road for our digital radio broadcasts, live video productions, and exhausting hours editing the best video content in the market. If you're a coach or athletic director, talk to us about shooting your school or team's photography. I guarantee you, no one will work harder to do it better. Contact us for pricing and samples. The number to call is 928-358-7905. That's 928-358-7905.
It's time to tee it up and kick it off. It's time for the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week. Presented by Hatch Toyota. Sports Zone Radio brings you unmatched coverage of football from around the White Mountains and beyond. No one does it like Sports Zone Radio. And now you can live stream HD video of our broadcast coverage exclusively at sportszone123.com and on the Sports Zone Radio mobile app. All part of the Hatch Toyota Friday Night Football Show. The Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week is presented by Hatch Toyota. Chaz Hatch refuses to lose a deal over $1. Hard-hitting broadcast coverage of White Mountains football is up next. Now, let's take you out to the field and join our broadcast team for tonight's Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week.
Well, football fans, welcome in to this broadcast of the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week presented by Hatch Toyota, part of the Friday Night Football Show. And welcome into the big game this week, and it's a huge one. It's a battle for first place in the 3A Northeast region. This one here tonight is a battle between the as-yet unbeaten in region play Show Low Cougars and home team Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets. Welcome into Paul Moro Stadium, everybody. Welcome to tonight's broadcast to this Game of the Week. And I'll be joined by my broadcast partner here in a few moments. That's Byron Brown. My name is Floyd Simmons, and I want to thank you for joining us on our broadcast coverage tonight. Thanks for checking in, both on radio, Mix 98, KRFM Sholo, the broadcast home of Sports Zone Radio across Northeast Arizona, as well as I want to say thank you for joining us on the Sports Zone Radio mobile app as well. And you're also, some of you watching our live video coverage on the Sports Zone Radio Facebook page and YouTube channel. So thanks for being here, everybody. And let's get ready for a big one tonight. This is a team that features a game that features two teams that are injury riddled. Let me put it that way. Some key players on both sides are either not playing or playing at much less than 100%. And we're going to see how that factors in. We'll tell you a little bit about the injury situation as we get it rolling and underway. They're about ready to kick it off. Blue Ridge will have the ball first. We'll get to see their freshman quarterback, Luke Berlin. Cool hand Luke Berlin, who is right now, according to the submitted stats that compile it, Luke Berlin is the leading passer in the region, and that very first kick is taken back by Jake Esparza for the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets. Jake will take it out to the 28-yard line. That's where the Yellow Jackets will begin the game with the football, and we welcome you in, everybody, to our broadcast coverage. Well, here's the big game. And these two teams are playing for first place in the 3A Northeast region. The last two teams that have not lost a region game. These two right here. Somebody will be at the top of the standings in the 3A Northeast when the game is over, and we get early movement by the Yellow Jackets. That's the illegal procedure. Right off the bat, first play from scrimmage. And maybe that's a little bit of the nerves that come along with playing in a big game like this, playing your big rival. That is a 5-yard mark-off, and the Yellow Jackets will have the ball now back at their own 23-yard line. So after they mark it back, we'll go right back to it. And Berlin surveys the field. The Yellow Jackets change up the formation, and then just like that, before they can snap the ball for a first time today, it's so frustrating to see, isn't it? The Yellow Jackets are going to call their first timeout of the game. So we'll grab a timeout as well, and a word from our friends at Summit Healthcare, everybody. Don't go anywhere. We'll continue as we get it rolling here from Blue Ridge High School tonight on the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week, presented by Hatch Toyota.
Summit Healthcare is committed to your healthcare experience from start to finish. They invite you to take advantage of the Summit Healthcare Retail Pharmacy. The pharmacy is conveniently located in Summit's outpatient pavilion, just steps away from the hospital, and most of Summit's clinics. They accept most insurance, including Medicaid, Medicare Part B, Medicare Part D, First Care, and IHS. Prescriptions are ready in just minutes, and you get curbside delivery too. The Summit Healthcare Retail Pharmacy, because Summit is committed to meeting your pharmaceutical needs.
Well, hey, everybody, we welcome you back in, and the Yellow Jackets will set about going to work on offense from their own 23-yard line. The handoff, and they had room to run on the right side, but could not exploit it. Handoff goes to Jay Spartan, who had that big game last week, was the Sports Zone Radio's player of the game. 4 touchdowns in the Yellow Jacket victory over the Page Sand Devils. But here, he gets shut down in a hurry. The guy that got to him first on defense was Armani Flores. And again, he had an opening, but Flores closed it down because Barton just could not accelerate and get to the spot. 1 yard gain on the play for Jace. 2nd down and 14 now. And a snap that's bobbled by Berlin, and he throws it right into the hands of the defender. That is going to be returned for a Sholo touchdown. Got to make a tackle and would not, and late flags come out after the play. That is intercepted. I think it's Colton Tidwell that made the interception. A number 44 that is not on our
roster, unfortunately, so we'll check on that and get that for you as quickly as we can. Find out who that 44 is. Well, look, the ball was right into his hands. Berlin looked his receiver down, but it wasn't even that. The defender was standing between the quarterback and the receiver, and Luke just simply didn't see him. That can be my only explanation. Ball on the ground, and you'll see it right here. I mean, not at one point of that did the intended receiver, Elam Antonelli, have a chance, and then Elam, he's just trying to strip the ball out right there, and he forgets to tackle the guy, and that's a touchdown for the Cougars. They're going to talk about the flags that are down out there as I bring in my broadcast partner. Byron Brown is here. Hey, Byron.
Hey, Floyd, how are we doing?
So far, we're doing okay. There's no score yet on the board, but I have a feeling we're going to get a touchdown and then unsportsmanlike penalties afterward.
It looks like, I think maybe it's unsportsmanlike before the play, the interception, because the Cougar defense is back out there that I'm aware of. It doesn't look like their field goal. Looks like it might be their extra point then, but let's see what we got a call right now.
It is a touchdown. And then unsportsmanlike called on Sholo, I think. No, that's on the defense. And unsportsmanlike now on Sholo. So somebody got together after the play, and a little bit of a scrape between those two teams, and ends up the touchdown stands, offsetting penalties, and we'll get a point after try here for the Show Low Cougars. And again, you see there on that replay, good look from our guys, that there was just absolutely no chance for that pass. Here's the point after. Nice looking kick, and it is good. It is good. A little bit to the right side, but it is up and good. We'll grab a timeout and a word in from our very good friends at Hatch Toyota, presenting sponsors of the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week. 7-0 Sholo on top early. Stand by, everybody.
At Hatch Toyota in Sholo, it's a great time to buy a new in-stock Toyota or quality late model low mileage car, truck, or SUV. We've made it twice as nice to buy at Hatch Toyota in the Northern Arizona Auto Mall. At Hatch Toyota, we'll double your down payment up to $2,000 on any new in-stock Toyota or pre-owned vehicle. That means your payment can be hundreds less than anywhere else. Put $1,000 down? Hatch Toyota says double it to $2,000 down. Put $2,000 down? Hatch Toyota says double it to $4,000. Every vehicle will cost less per month if you buy now. Hatch Toyota will double your down payment up to $2,000 on any in-stock new Toyota or pre-owned vehicle. Get a vehicle and keep your payments low, really low.
Hi, this is Chaz Hatch. Get our statewide low price guarantee on every new Toyota. Find out more at hatchtoyota.com or visit us today at the Northern Arizona Auto Mall in Sholo.
All offers permitted with tax, title, license, and dealer's acquisition fee. Cannot be combined with any other offers or sale item.
Well, the Sholo Cougars take the first pass of the game for a touchdown. Unfortunately for the Yellow Jackets, they were the ones that threw the pass. So it's a pick six interception return for touchdown. We're trying to figure out who number 44 is. We'll get that information in your hands as soon as possible. Welcome back in, everybody, to our broadcast from Blue Ridge High School. There you see the big hit. And on the kick return, the Jackets take it out to the 25-yard line. The actual forward progress was the 28. So for a second time today, Blue Ridge begins right there at that spot, the 28-yard line. Welcome back, everybody. Handoff goes straight up the middle, and the Yellow Jackets are there for the play. Gage Reedhead was the guy who intercepted the pass and takes it in for the touchdown. Congratulations to Gage.
Floyd, on that interception, look, Blue Ridge, Coolhand Luke is a freshman, and what do? You want to disguise coverages, and right there, it looked like it was going to be man-to-man coverage, but really it was zone. Gage did a nice job of going with his receiver, but pushing him off to Pedraza, and then turned around and got the short route as the receiver was turning around. So when Coolhand Luke was looking at the defense, he thought he had man. He thought his receiver was going to be open, but Gage just steps in right in front, makes the pick, and returns it for a touchdown.
So the Yellow Jackets are back on offense, and some miscommunication for sure on that last pass attempt by Berlin. He throws it incomplete to the right side. There was a receiver running a go route. There was a receiver who was coming across, but he didn't get there in time. And Berlin will throw again, and a diving attempt made by Elam Antonelli, and that is going to drop incomplete for the Yellow Jackets. So on 3 straight pass attempts to start this game, Berlin having a little bit of trouble. And he hasn't thrown what would be defined as a real good-looking ball just yet. That one skipped in as you see Antonelli make the attempt. It's incomplete, and the Yellow Jackets will go 3 and out here. The punt team is on, and the Yellow Jackets are going to give Sholo a chance to demonstrate their offense for a first time today.
Well, Luke right there, he threw off his back foot because of the pressure that the Cougar defense was bringing. No one knew exactly who was going to rush, who wasn't, as the Cougars had a 7-man front, and then all of a sudden they weren't sure who, and a couple dropped back. They had pressure, and they put pressure on, incomplete pass.
So after a 2-yard gain from scrimmage on the first down run, that is all the offense the Yellow Jackets have been able to manage here so far on 2 possessions. A punt that is not returned is downed, and the Cougars offense led by the junior quarterback Nash Brewer will come out. Brewer is injured, playing with a bad hand. Now there is some question, is it the right hand or the left hand? Because my intel says it was his right hand that is injured, but the Yellow Jackets believe that it's his left hand, his non-throwing hand.
Well, it'll be interesting to see who's the quarterback, because when Kishbaugh went out, they put Pedraza at quarterback and then Nash Brewer at the tailback 2 weeks ago in that game.
That was the Round Valley game. That was the Sholo Cougars' victory over Round Valley, a region victory. And now they're going to put an interesting formation together off to the right side. It is Nash Brewer lining up at quarterback. And missing is number 6. Number 6, Ryan Kishbaugh. We'll get movement on the offense. Illegal procedure on Sholo.
So I'm not sure who number 6 is for the Cougars, but there's a number 6 out on the field. He's out wide left.
Well, that's Kishbaugh. Okay. That's Kishbaugh. Here's a quick throw to the right side. That one skips in. Double pass down the field. The Yellow Jackets were step for step in coverage. Colton Tidwell trying to run a go route from his tight end position, but there is Sergeant Slaughter, Seth Slaughter, going step for step with him. The pass overthrown, incomplete. So you knew something was up when they lined up in that unusual formation on the far side of the field, and it was indeed really not a double pass, because the first one was the backwards pass. It was a backwards pass, and then the incomplete pass attempt downfield.
Yeah, and Kishbaugh comes off the field, so that was just a decoy.
Well, we'll see if Kishbaugh ever does come back on the field. Then he walked out there, and maybe it's just because as a senior he wants to get a little action. Here's a flip left side on the option, and Speedy down the left sideline. That's Ray Pedraza who takes it up the field, and a great run from scrimmage by Pedraza, giving the Sholo Cougars a first down in Blue Ridge territory.
Nice job by Brewer right there, getting the defense to commit to him, and then once they did, that was Barton. He flipped it to the outside to Pedraza, who had nothing but green grass, and he outran everybody until he got the angle from Esparza that drives him outside.
39 yards the gain. Now here's a throw down the middle, pass caught. Gage Reedhead splits a couple of defenders. Boy, he is tough to bring down, isn't he? Ball inside the 5-yard line. There's another late marker out after the completion from Nash Brewer across the middle. Boy, what a beautiful pass to Reedhead. And now we'll have to check the marker.
Look, Nash Brewer, as we've said all along, Nash Brewer is probably one of your top players, top quarterbacks in the 3A conference. And right there, he shows you exactly why. Rolls to his right and hits Gage Reedhead right in the middle in a crossing pattern for a first down.
So somebody on the Sholo team went helmet to helmet on the Yellow Jackets. So a 30-yard pass reception hauled in by Reedhead is going to be marked back to the 25-yard line. So that is no longer a 30-yard pass. We'll give credit on that one. Make it a 7-yard offensive play. Here comes Brewer, dumps it out of the backfield. Pass is caught, broken tackles. Boy, the Yellow Jackets are going to have to shore up their tackling out there. That one is caught and advanced, and before we can check and see whether that's a first down, there's a marker down again. Jet Walker on the receiving end. Jet, I believe, is a freshman, and he hauls that one in. Did a nice job with the run after catch, but that's coming back. And it looks like 2 men in motion at the snap. So 5 yards the penalty. It's marked back to the 30-yard line of Blue Ridge, and Sholo's offense will go to work again here, this time 1st and 15.
Well, one of the things that I think Sholo saw on film last week when Blue Ridge played Page is how successful Page was throwing the ball against them. And here we're seeing a lot of throws by Nash Brewer, and good throws and positive yardage for Sholo.
Walker goes in motion. Hey, how about Jet Walker getting he's been getting playing time anyway, but he is going to get a lot more playing time now with the absence of Kishbaugh. And he is out there. He went in motion, but the defense moved when – that was a good job. Walker, I think, is the guy who drew the defensive lineman offside. So they get the 5 yards back. It's first down at 10, back to the 25-yard line. Walker on the jet sweep. Lives up to his name, Jet. Nice stiff arm. Down the left side, and he'll get bumped out of bounds by Seth Slaughter. A nice run, and that's going to be marked just inside the 10-yard line. Nope, at the 5. A 20-yard run, and a first down and goal for the Cougar offense.
How about that little stiff arm slap to the helmet of the defender, Esparza? He just says, you want to tackle me? Tackle this. And he throws him to the ground and gets an extra 10 yards.
So from the 5-yard line, Brewer under center, tight formation, handoff Walker right side, powering his way toward the goal line, and he is in. He got a great push. He got some great blocking up front, and the Cougars have jumped out in front by 2 touchdowns. They lead it now 13-0 with 8:21 on the clock here in the first quarter.
Floyd, you talked about that offensive line creating the holes and the gaps, but how about right there, Stetson Walters and Dodger Hawkins just blowing their defensive linemen assignments. They blew them back 5 yards into the end zone, allowed Jet Walker to just walk right in.
And the point after try is good, and we get a 14-0 early lead for Sholo in this one at Paul Moro Stadium. Stand by, everybody. The Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week presented by Hatch Toyota.
Hee-haw! This month, the experts at Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint are giving you a farm experience like no other. When you have your insured windshield replaced, you get 2 delicious dinners, 2 movie tickets, and this month you also get 2 tickets to the Willis Farm.
Haunted, Corn Maze, Barnyard Apocalypse.
Plus, you know everyone on the farm loves country music, so this month we are giving away 2 sets of premium concert tickets. One to see Carrie Underwood and another set to see the Zac Brown Band, both live in Phoenix. It's Farm Month. Get great Mexican food, a night at the movies, 2 tickets to the haunted Barnyard Apocalypse at the Willis Farm in Snowflake, and your chance at seeing Carrie Underwood and the Zac Brown Band in concert.
536-5972. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass Cashback. Woohoo!
Well, the Show Low Cougars have made the 10-mile drive from Sholo High School to Blue Ridge. Yes, it's only 10 miles. Well, it's 10 miles, I think, GPS coordinates. I think it's 10 miles difference, maybe a slight bit longer driving since you have to go a little left and a little right and a little bendy here and there. It was a short kick returned by the Yellow Jackets out across the 30-yard line. Blue Ridge will have the ball right at the 35. This is where the official is going to spot this one down. The Cougars go on a 4-play scoring drive. And, boy, they covered a lot of territory, Byron. It's actually a 5-play scoring drive. Let me check it for you here. 5-play drive. They had gains of 39, of 30, and 20. And the penalties marked them back a little bit along the way on that. But, 5 plays to go 76 yards. And they took care of business in about a minute and a half. Here's the handoff. The Yellow Jackets try the middle again. It's not working out too good for Blue Ridge early on. That's a short gain, maybe a yard on the play.
Well, this Cougar defense is one of the top, not only in the region but in the conference. They've done an extremely well job, especially in the first half of all their games where they have just shut down opponents. And here again tonight, a turnover for a touchdown, and they have just clogged up the middle running lanes.
Little pass, and how about a catch coming back to the sideline? Nice reception by Elam Antonelli. That'll be a gain of 7 yards on the play, bring up third down and a couple for the Jackets. They have an opportunity to pick up their first down here.
Well, what happens when you're getting a rush? You got to roll your quarterback out, and right there, Blue Ridge does just that. They get Cool-Hand Luke rolling to his right, and they get a little comeback route for a good chunk of yardage, get into third and short.
So third down and just under 2 yards to go. The Jackets will hand it off to Jay Spartan up the middle. He's got the first down, and he'll get into Sholo territory. That's a gain on the play of 8 yards for Jay Spartan. And for the running game, a little spark of hope for the Yellow Jackets. The first time that they've been able to split that defense a bit in about four rushes in the game.
Yeah, Blue Ridge doing a nice job right there, pulling the guard and blowing up and getting that hole for Barton.
Seth Slaughter with the ball. The tackle was made by number 56.
They give the ball to Seth Slaughter. Slaughter is going to go the wrong direction. He'll lose a yard. They eventually mark the ball at midfield right at the 50-yard line, so that was the line of scrimmage. Slaughter, well, he lived up to his name. The problem is he wasn't the one dishing it out on that play. And for Sholo, the guy that got there, Stetson Walters, was the first guy on the attack.
A name that has been called throughout the season quite numerously on the defensive side, Stetson Walters.
Berlin fakes it to Barton, delivers it. Pass caught by Jake Esparza, and he gets jersey tackled by Nash Brewer. He had to go out there and grab onto him. There was a marker down in the backfield. That's probably going to be what, roughing the passer?
It looks like it. I mean, where that flag is thrown, there was no blockers.
There's nobody else in the area. We'll see if that 15-yarder stands. I think they'll tack something onto the end of the play.
So the defender for the Cougars, he went up to block the pass, but as he came down on top of the quarterback. His arms came into the head. You cannot touch the head of the quarterback. That's 15 yards on top of the nice completion for the Yellow Jackets.
Well, that's because quarterbacks, you've kind of got
They're special.
They're special, yeah. They get special protection out there. 15 yards on the pass play, plus the 15 on the penalty. And the Yellow Jackets, they're threatening to score as they have found themselves down early in the game, working from the 22-yard line now. They will move the ball to the 20. A 2-yard pickup, Jay Spartan carrying straight up the middle for the Jackets. And that'll bring us 2nd down and 8.
A good combination here by the Yellow Jackets offense between the pass and the run. And they're getting Cool Hand Luke in the situations where he's making the right decisions, and once he's releasing that ball, he's putting it on his targets.
2nd down play, straight ahead ball at the Sholo 20-yard line. Berlin has 2 receivers out to the right. Antonelli split, and in the slot, that is Jake Esparza. They put Slaughter in motion to that side, so they'll run the flood pattern. Pass is delivered in between all those defenders. Nice job to pick his guy out. Jake Esparza on the receiving end. You got to look for, well, okay, I guess it was incomplete. It looked like he was going to hold on to it, bring it in. And with every play, not only am I looking at that, but I'm also taking a look at Byron, at every play as to whether there are any flags on the field.
Exactly. We've had a laundry field first quarter here by the refs, but that's a pass that, Esparza's got to come down with. Give credit to Brewer right there, getting his hand in and knocking it out.
3rd down and 8. 5:41 remaining in the first quarter. Berlin, he's going to try to throw the wide receiver screen, and he just threw it right into the hands of the defender. The Cougars could not hold on to it, and that is a huge bit of fortune. I think that was Jake Decker that got his hands on it on the far side of the field. Decker getting a start today with Kishpaw out, and it's 4th down and 8. Well, that was right in Jake's hands. He's going to kick himself on that one. Hey, I happen to know Jake. Jake's in my family.
Is there anybody that's not in your family? Well, that's the question.
We've covered everybody. There's like 2 people, Byron. That's it. Okay? It's not a classic White Mountains family, okay? 4th down and 8. Another, they try that little screen out to the left side, this time to Antonelli, and he catches the ball, bobbles it a bit, but he brought it in for a very short gain on the play. Pass play to Antonelli, and so on 4th down, that's going to turn the ball over the other direction on downs. 5 yards the gain on the play. Unfortunately, change of possession, and the Cougars are going to get it back.
Yeah, Cougars just dropped in a little zone right there, and as Antonelli came across the middle and got that and received that pass, Easton Pena was on him, and then he got, allowed his teammates to come in. That was Decker right there that came in and helped out with the bring down and turnover on downs.
So first down and 10 now. Ball at the 15-yard line. Low snap, but that's going to get stopped anyway beforehand. Illegal procedure on the offense. 5-yard penalty coming up. Let's look at that again, guys, if you don't mind. Fernando, our technical director, Fernando Quintana. It looked like the center. Oh, that's what happened. He snapped it, and then it hit the ground. I'm not sure. I didn't see the early movement by anybody. Maybe the official was confused. Either way, it's 1st and 15 now after the 5-yard mark-off. Handoff up the middle. That's Pedraza going between the guards, and Ray Pedraza is going to be knocked down with a 4-yard gain.
I'm not sure, Floyd, but I think the refs are being sponsored by Tide with all the laundry that's coming out today.
And they were told if the more flags you throw,
that's right.
The more boxes of Tide will send to your house.
Pods, the more Tide pods
do they still do the Tide, the powder laundry soap? They don't do that anymore. But they do the pods.
They do the pods.
Okay. So if you want some pods, you better throw some flags. Here's a swing pass left side for the Cougars. Pedraza, and a nice open field tackle. Well done out here on the edge by the Yellow Jackets. The guy that gets there, Samuel James, is what I heard the public address announcer say. Boy, we're at a loss when it comes to having some good information, some good intel. And I've got that as a 1-yard pickup on the pass play. 3rd down and 10. This is a big moment for the Yellow Jacket defense. Can they get a stop right here? And frankly speaking, if the Cougars are facing 4th down, though deep in their own territory, will they go for it?
I don't think so.
Well, I would think not, but you never know. There's nobody deep over the middle safety-wise, and that is, well, I think that Nash Brewer, who's going to get knocked down and rudely deposited on the field. And in fact, I think lost yardage on the play. Jace Barton was there. Let's see, who else was? Boy.
Number 60, but he's not on their roster.
The roster situation is absolutely inadequate. -1 yard on the play for Brewer, and it's 4th down and 11. Nash is the punter, and you can bet Nash is going to survey the field, look it over, and determine, might there be a running lane? Because if you're Nash, you're thinking about running it, pretty much all the time. And we'll see what he does. 4th down and 11. Here it is. Yeah, he's kicking. And he gets away a pretty good-looking kick. And that's going to hit at the Yellow Jacket 46 and take a very nice bounce for the Cougars. They'll down it at about the 37-yard line. That's where the Cougars will bring it out. How about this? How about the Jackets defense doing a terrific job and getting a 3-and-out, which you just can't expect that's going to happen a lot today.
No, but that's what they needed right there. They were able to drive the ball offensively. Even though they didn't get points, they were able to take it down deep into Sholo territory, turned it over on downs, and then got a 3-and-out, get the ball back. They're working with momentum right now.
A couple of players on that Cholo side that I don't think we're going to see today. Anthony Seitz, by the way, was at number 60 for the Yellow Jackets. Anthony Seitz, let's see if we can remember, keep that handy. Here's a pass. Oh, boy, in traffic, and Seth Slaughter couldn't hold on. Incomplete. And a nice hit delivered by Easton Pena. He came across, and you'll look at Easton put a pop on Slaughter to dislodge the ball. It'll be incomplete. 2nd down coming up. We've mentioned several times the missing, there's Easton Pena, got there just in time. We have mentioned that Ryan Kishbaugh is not playing. I believe that Colton Cloyd is also inactive with injury today. If he is playing, because you said you saw number 31 out there, I think, Byron. If Colton Cloyd, who is a key guy for this team, if he is playing, as you watch Sholo loading up the box, they're coming. They're bringing it right straight up the middle, and the runner, Seth Slaughter, trying to bust his way through that, and he does a good job. Gained 5 yards on the play. Boy, that was a tough going 5 yards for Sergeant Slaughter. And he ran the ball on that play as hard as I've seen him do anything on the football field this year. That was an impressive run by Seth as he kept the legs churning. Gained 5 yards to bring up 3rd down and 5. But Byron, I was mentioning about Colton Cloyd. I don't believe he's playing today. If he is, I think he's playing somewhat slowed by injury.
Yeah, injuries are a big factor for the Show Low Cougars here, not just into this game, but moving forward. I know those guys have been out, Kishbaugh and Cloyd, for a few games here, but they're manning it through it.
Here's a pass attempt on the little half rollout right side. Berlin's pass is knocked down. The guy that got there was Carson Cooper with the hands, the good hands people on that defense, and that forces a fourth down. Here comes Blue Ridge and their punt team for the first time today, and Franco Harris handles those duties.
Nice job by Carson Cooper right there. Coming in from the linebacker spot, just spying Cool Hand Luke and watching his eyes as soon as he looked to throw the ball. He was in position to make the grab. He is going to be upset with himself that he didn't get the interception.
Pretty good punt by Franco Harris. Nash Brewer has it, and he's got room around the right side. And look at him go. Goodbye. You're not going to catch him. There's a marker down. The near side official saw somebody do something that wasn't savory, and there was also a flag thrown back near where the punt was fielded by Nash Brewer. So you can expect that at least one of those is on Sholo.
Both will be on Sholo. One's going to be holding. The other's going to be a block in the back. And a smart play by Franco Harris, the punter. He got in front of a Cougar blocker, and he kind of slowed up. And as it was time to kind of make a tackle, they kind of forced him to there and got the push in the back. So that's one of them. But they're going to take the hold because that's way back about where he received the punt.
Well, let's have a look at it again, guys, especially that first part, and see if we can pick it out as we take another look at the replay. Good job blocking out on the edges, by the way.
Yeah, that's. Do I call his name out?
Brought back.
Well,
since he's related to you?
Well, I'm not sure you did, but you'll see the infraction that got the second one. Was that Jake?
That was Decker that got the hold and up here by the punt return for Brewer.
Well, after the whole thing is all said and done, Sholo is at their own 33-yard line. They've got the football, and they've got Nash Brewer in shotgun. Nope, he's under center. And a whistle.
Timeout.
You know,
and a timeout taken by the Cougars.
As soon as you hear a whistle, I'm looking for a flag. Immediately.
Yeah.
And it was a timeout.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. Hey, let's grab a 30-second message in from our presenting sponsors of the Sports Zone Radio Player of the Game. We'll announce that at the end of this one today at Paul Moro Stadium. Sholo's got the 14-0 lead over Blue Ridge, the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week, presented by Hatch Toyota.
Imagine this, a professional healthcare partner that's concerned about you, your choices, your health, your safety. At White Mountain Regional Medical Center in Springerville, choice and elevating your healthcare experience is the mission of our new CEO. Experienced physicians and friendly staff. Whether you need a rapid COVID-19 test, a vaccination, or you're looking to utilize the newest MRI, CT scan, or nuclear medicine technology, White Mountain Regional Medical Center, located in Springerville, is your healthcare partner when choices matter.
Timeout taken on the field. 2:15 on the clock here in the first period. Byron, this has been a very long, drawn-out first quarter, hasn't it?
This is almost as long as a Major League Baseball game.
I love Major League Baseball, so
I do too, but when they go 4 hours for a 9-inning game and it's 3-2.
Well, are the Dodgers playing? Here is a nice run around the left side. Jet Walker cutting back, and Walker's going to take it into Blue Ridge territory. Big gain on this one, and Jet Walker showing some flashes of what is going to be a great and brilliant career ahead for that young man. Wow, what a run.
Early in the season, during the Sholo broadcast, we talked about the three-headed monster of Brewer, Pedraza, and Kishbaugh. But right here, we're seeing a different three-headed monster of Brewer, Pedraza, and Walker. How about Walker stepping up in those big shoes to be filled by left by Kishbaugh, and Walker putting his name forward right now early in the first quarter for the Sports Zone Player of the Game.
29-yard gain, and now the Yellow Jackets jump offside. So that'll mark off 5 yards. It'll be first down and 5 at the Yellow Jacket 41-yard line. And a minute 41 remaining here in the first quarter. At halftime, the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass halftime report. Handoff, up the middle it goes. Carson Cooper's got some room, and he is going to split the defenders. Somebody has got to hang with that guy. Well, look at the speed. He goes through the defenders to the end zone for a touchdown. 41 yards on the run. That's a Sholo touchdown.
Well, again, the offensive line doing a tremendous job up front, creating holes, and right there, that's big. 76 Robert Long that gets to the next level and takes out the linebacker and allows Carson Cooper to get past the second level and into the secondary where he is untouched for the end zone.
Penalty marker, or is that a timeout?
Penalty marker.
Yeah, that's going to go against Sholo. Illegal procedure. Again, that's been the main call today, illegal procedure. We'll see if the kick is going to be good from this distance now. Good-looking kick. That's up, and that's going to split the uprights right down the middle. And a 21-0 lead with 1:24 remaining in the first quarter, everybody. Sholo with the big lead over the Yellow Jackets. The Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week is presented by Hatch Toyota. Whatever you do, don't go anywhere. We're back right after these words.
No matter the occasion, large, small, or just because, the Bloomhouse Floral Designs, located in Pine Top, will create the perfect bouquet to capture your moment perfectly. Offering the widest selection of beautiful and unique floral designs and accents, the Bloomhouse serves as your personal creation expert. We are open to serve you Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 and Saturday from 10 till 4. Same day and rush deliveries are available. Stop by or order online at bloomhouseflorals.com.
The team at Beam and Will Drilling is like a great football team. They work hard, they work as a team, and they play to win. Their reputation is second to none, and they proudly call the White Mountains their home, even though they complete projects throughout the entire southwestern United States and beyond. No project is too big or too small for Beam and Well Drilling, so when the time comes for you to punch a hole in the ground, remember the White Mountains' top well drilling team, Beam and Well Drilling. Call anytime, 928-205-7647. Go deep with Beam and Well Drilling.
Welcome back in, everybody. The Sholo kick is on the way. And that's going to be a squibber, high bounce into the hands of Franco Harris. Harris will take it out across the 40-yard line. And the Yellow Jackets will set up their offense, see if they can get something going, and see if they can stem the tide a little bit. The Show Low Cougars are out big. It's 21-0 already. Byron, if you're Sholo, well, this is exactly what you're looking for. If you're the Yellow Jackets, you want some sustained drives to run time off the clock, and that's not happening for Blue Ridge. They have had the ball 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this is their 5th time to possess the football, and we're just in the first quarter.
Look, this Cougar defense has been top-notch all year long. And they play extremely well in the first half. And that's what I expected to come out here in this first half, and that's what they're doing, is dominating here in the first half against Blue Ridge.
Barton in motion to the near side, and they'll throw a ball that Elam Antonelli will dive on and miss right in front of the defender, Jake Decker. Incomplete to bring up 2nd down and 10.
One of the plagues that Blue Ridge has had, not just this season but in years past, and that is the receivers just unable to catch the ball, and right there's a good example of the receiver. Nice comeback, but you've got to catch it. It went right between the wickets, dropped pass, now it's 2nd and 10.
I think the Yellow Jackets need to think about finding a new football vendor. Get something that's not so slick. Here's a deep pass right side. Antonelli turns around, and that's good defense. That is going to be incomplete down the right sideline. The guy defensively out there was Cutter. Cutter was dropping in coverage that deep? I guess so. He plays the linebacker spot, and you'll see him right here dropping off to cover. That was Antonelli, right? Yeah, yep. Elam. This is just good defense right here. You are allowed to face guard. You just can't touch the guy.
And he did a great job, Pepper did, hanging with Antonelli right there all the way down. And I like the change, the rule change. I think you should be able to face guard as long as you don't touch the receiver or the one getting the pass, then it should be legal.
They're down. Antonelli on the receiver screen. And Antonelli is going to get rudely hit at the end of it. Boy, big hit at the end of this one but it's a first down, 12 yards. The gain on the screenplay, and it's a bread and butter play for this Yellow Jacket offense, but the Cougars could not diagnose it. Nice gain and a first down in Sholo territory.
Well, we talked about the Blue Ridge offense needing some firepower. They got to get something started right there. They got the first down into Sholo territory.
Big hit at the end of it by Jeremy Kishbaugh. He is the twin brother of Ryan Kishbaugh. And we get a Yellow Jacket timeout, their second timeout taken here in the first half. So Jeremy, number 10 there for Sholo, finishes off the play right here. You'll see it again. Look, Jeremy is as talented as his brother Ryan, okay? Ryan has just kind of put it together in maybe a little different way. He's used a little differently by the team. And so he makes all these things happen. You know, he is a terrific, terrific guy, and the numbers bear that out. But right there, Jeremy Kishbaugh, such a great football player. And so when you lose Ryan, obviously you lose a lot, but they've got so much talent on this team, and Jeremy is a good example of that.
Yeah, Jeremy. Well, right now we're seeing it with Jet Walker. Again, Kishbaugh is gone offensively. On the offensive side of the ball, they bring up Jet Walker, and look, all he's done tonight is run for a touchdown, had big plays, and then, like you said, defensively, Kishbaugh's out. All of a sudden, Jeremy Kishbaugh, bro, he steps up.
First down now. First down at the Sholo 45. Second time the Yellow Jackets have penetrated Cougar territory, and Jay Spartan is going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and turned back the other direction. No gain on the play for Barton, and a second down coming up. Final 22 seconds here, the first quarter. Straight ahead.
See if that was the last play of the first quarter, if Blue Ridge is going to try to get one off.
If I was the Yellow Jackets, I'd let it tick all the way down. Just let this thing run out. But I think they're going to do that very thing. 3 seconds remaining. They're just going to let this one run out. And that's a smart play, I think. Anytime you're down 21-0 and that other team is that fast and that talented and that explosive, you probably ought to go ahead and just let as much time run as you can during the course of the game. That's the wrong quarter transition. Just let my guys know in the control room. 21-0 Sholo, the end of the first quarter. The second quarter on the way. There it is. You got Blue Ridge and Sholo. 21-0, the lead for the Cougars. The Sports on Radio Game of the Week presented by Hatch Toyota. We're back with the second quarter right after this.
At Hatch Toyota in Sholo, it's a great time to buy a new in-stock Toyota or quality late model low mileage car, truck, or SUV. We've made it twice as nice to buy at Hatch Toyota in the Northern Arizona Auto Mall. At Hatch Toyota, we'll double your down payment up to $2,000 on any new in-stock Toyota or pre-owned vehicle. That means your payment can be hundreds less than anywhere else. Put $1,000 down? Hatch Toyota says double it to $2,000 down. Put $2,000 down? Hatch Toyota says double it to $4,000. Every vehicle will cost less per month if you buy now. Hatch Toyota will double your down payment up to $2,000 on any in-stock new Toyota or pre-owned vehicle. Get a vehicle and keep your payments low, really low.
Hi, this is Chaz Hatch. Get our statewide low price guarantee on every new Toyota. Find out more at hatchtoyota.com or visit us today at the Northern Arizona Auto Mall in Sholo.
Well, there's Jeremy Kishbaugh making a big stop on the Yellow Jacket running back. 2-yard loss on this play to start the second quarter. Underway again here from Paul Moro Stadium, Blue Ridge High School, everybody. Sholo 21, Blue Ridge nothing. Big early lead for the Cougars. And we begin the second quarter. Floyd Simmons along with B-Squared. Byron Brown on the play-by-play call. And Luke Berlin with the long snap count now on third down at 12. Delivers beautifully to Elam Antonelli. That's a first down. Broken tackle, and Antonelli takes it to the 15-yard line. That was gorgeous. 32 yards on the pass play and a much-needed first down for the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, nice pass right here by Luke under duress. Unfortunately for the Cougars, the defensive back fell down but went right into the arms of Antonelli, who gets a big gain down into Sholo territory. And then we're going to add a flag.
So first down at the 15, and didn't see what the call was, but yet another Cougar flag. So they're going to mark that half the distance, 7.5 yards. So that's where the That's where the Yellow Jackets take over. What did I say, 32 yards on that pass play?
Yes, you did.
You know, you called it, Byron, there, but how about Berlin, the freshman quarterback, standing in with that pressure coming at him and delivering a beautiful deep ball down the middle. Well done as we watch Sholo take a timeout. I think they have now called their second timeout here in the first half. The Yellow Jackets have one remaining. We got the entirety of the second quarter in front of us. And as mentioned, timeout on the field. Our score 21-0, Sholo in front.
That was Gage Reedhead that had coverage, and he slipped right there, or else I think he's stepping on front and getting the pick, but he slips, and the ball hits Antonelli right in stride, and he catches it and then gets additional yardage. And then probably an unsportsmanlike conduct against Sholo puts the ball down inside the Sholo 10-yard line.
What is that, 3? 3 of those penalties called already early in the game?
Well,
heated rivalry, okay?
I'm not sure which kind. I just know there are a lot of penalties so far.
Yeah, there's been an assortment. We've had almost every imaginable type of penalty called so far in the game. Penalties called on the, is this Blue Ridge we're looking at here? Let's see. Blue Ridge has been penalized 3 times, total of 15 yards. That's borderline too many. The Cougars have 8 penalties for 67 yards. Been penalized 8 times for 67 yards. Don't you know? And here's a 1-yard pickup. I believe that was Barton. Jace Barton carrying the ball. Got it to the 6-yard line. The 1-yard gain for Jace to bring up second down and goal for the Yellow Jackets. Well, this is their biggest opportunity here to get the ball across the goal line.
For the Yellow Jackets, they've been down in this territory before. They turned over on downs, but this is the closest they've had to smell the end zone.
Second down play. 2 receivers out to the right. Berlin with Barton in the backfield. They're going to give it to Jace. Jace cuts back. Jace has a lane. He's in the end zone. 5th touchdown in the past 2 weeks for that young man. Jace Barton takes it across, and the Yellow Jackets get their first points of the night.
Man, I would be loving right now to call out some names of that offensive line, but unfortunately, with the roster situation, they have no jersey 68, who was the lead block on that side and created the hole for Jace Barton to just waltz right through and into the end zone. Big touchdown for the Yellow Jackets.
And now the Yellow Jackets will try the point after. And that kick looks good. It would have been good, I believe, except that we get another Sholo penalty. They go offside. We'll see if Coach Hathcock decides to go for 2. I think he's going to. It looks like he's pointing, just telling his guys, just kick it. Just stay out there, and let's kick the football.
I think you decline, or you don't decline. You take the extra point, and then you take the extra 5 yards on the kickoff.
It is, in some weird, bizarro world, that is allowable?
I don't know.
Because I don't think that is.
Why not?
In regular American football,
why not?
It's not a thing.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Well, they're back out there to try it again. They moved half the distance. I think you ought to be able to decline something, but if it was offside, I guess that's a dead ball foul. This kick is good anyway, so there you go. Kick is up and good for the Yellow Jackets. They get the points on the board. 21-7 our score. 10.5 minutes on the clock. First quarter, the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week presented by Hatch Toyota.
Explore beyond your limits with Samsung's new AO3S smartphone. Free for a limited time at Naked Mobile. Activate 2 months of our $75 a month 60GB LTE data plan and get the Samsung Galaxy AO3S smartphone for free. Capture awesome pics with a triple lens rear camera or shoot video in HD, Bluetooth, GPS, and side fingerprint sensor for fast access and 32GB of internal storage. Get out and explore the world. At Naked Mobile, we've got you covered for free at any Cellular One store near you or at nakedmobile.com.
Summit Healthcare Orthopedics welcomes Curtis Ellsworth, DO. Dr. Ellsworth received his Doctor of Osteopathic Medicine from Midwestern University in Glendale, Arizona. He completed his orthopedic surgery residency at Research Medical Center in Kansas City, Missouri. Dr. Ellsworth is accepting new patients. Summit Healthcare Orthopedics, 4951 White Mountain Road in Sholo, 928-537-6700.
Back to the action here at Blue Ridge High School. The Yellow Jackets prove that they can move the ball against the Show Low Cougars. Pardon me. We're not supposed to hear that. Pardon me on that. Well, again, they have proven that they can move the ball against the Sholo defense. Consistency is going to be the challenge for the Yellow Jackets today. There's a nice deep kick to the sideline. Fielded, and then a step out by Jet Walker. Well, Jet just didn't really know where he was at the time, Byron, and maybe you call that a freshman mistake as he fields it. Nice job catching over the shoulder. He's probably a great baseball player as well, and immediately after catching, steps out of bounds to put his team at that spot. No return, the ball at the 12-yard line. Definitely a freshman mistake, not understanding where you are in the football field right there. Going toward the sidelines, you got to let it go because that's a penalty. You'll get the ball at the 40-yard line at the 35, out of bounds, on an out-of-bounds kickoff, but right there tries to field it, goes out of bounds. Now Sholo has it at their own 11-yard line. Tight formation, everybody tight to the formation, and two-man backfield for Nash Brewer. Hands it off, and there's room to run right there, and a first down pickup for Jet Walker. He gets swung around by Elam Antonelli. It'll be a 21-yard pickup for Jet Walker. Wow, what a night that young man is having against the Yellow Jackets. Jet Walker already on 4 carries, has 75 yards and a touchdown for the Cougars, and we played barely more than one quarter. Yeah, Jet Walker making up for that little freshman mistake right there, costing field position for his team. He gets a big run right there on the left side of the line. First down play coming straight ahead. Nobody now in the backfield. They'll spread it. So the Cougars giving a lot of different looks formation-wise. Walker in motion and a low snap. They might have been, I think they were giving it to him, but it was a low snap, so Brewer has to hang on to it. He gets wrapped up in the backfield and brought down, and the guy that, let's see who got to him eventually. Well, Aiden Olguin was there to help make the tackle. Also there was, well, let's have a look at it. That's Hunter Kraus right there. There was Kraus. Yep. Kraus, the first guy on the scene. First down, second down play. That was a loss of 4 yards for Brewer on that play. Well, so far Nash has not, other than a very nice pass that he lofted down the field earlier in the game, Nash hasn't put on the Nash Brewer display that we're normally used to seeing. Fake it, half roll left. Pass is behind, but caught by Jet Walker, who keeps doing Jet Walker things here in the game. He's going to take it out to the 40. Yet another marker down in the backfield. This one, I think, will go against the Yellow Jackets. They are quick to throw flags for roughing the passer, and we'll see if that's what we get here. Nope, they're going to get a hold on the defense and mark it off. So take that catch and run by Walker off. The hold is right at about the line of scrimmage. Previous line, so they'll mark it back 10 yards from that spot right there. And the Cougars just keep shooting themselves in the foot. 10 penalties, 82 yards. We've got 9 minutes of first half football left to play. 10 minutes is a lot in one game. 10 penalties with 9 minutes left in the second quarter is a record, it's got to be. And I think they're getting set for most penalties in the first half. And now we got another flag. And yet another mark-off on Sholo, and the referee says unsportsmanlike on Sholo. Do you think these teams... Well, I'm not sure. These teams have a little bad blood? Well, I think they always have bad blood, but I'm kind of curious if now the bad blood's on the refs. I wonder if something wasn't quite said. Might be. That's a half the distance mark-off that time. So I believe that was 5 additional yards marked back. So 10 more yards, pardon me on that. Wow, second down and 28 is the situation. Here comes Nash Brewer, and he's got a whole field to run in front of him on that left side, and Nash is going to lower his shoulder at the end of this run and get a bunch of it back. Let's see, from the 8-yard line, Nash takes it out to the 23. That's 15 on the game. There's a Nash Brewer special for you right there. It opened up on that left side as the Yellow Jackets dropped back in coverage, and Nash took advantage of it. Nice job by Nash Brewer right there. Just seeing it and say, hey, they're giving it to me. I'm going to take it right there. I'm going to get us some yardage back and get us into I don't want to say it's manageable, but it's third and, 15? Third and 19. Brewer looks to throw, and he winds up, delivers to Gage Reedhead across the middle, and Reedhead is close to a first down. Reedhead, they needed 19. That's an 18-yard pickup to the 41-yard line.
I said manageable, right? Right there. They managed it really well right there. Gage Reed had just coming across on a crossing pattern across the middle, picks it up in the zone, gets Sholo in a 4th and 1 situation.
That's a great play, and it is 4th down and 1. We'll see if the Cougars try to draw the Yellow Jackets. Blue Ridge going to pack it up inside, handoff, left side, Jet Walker, first down. And he gets dragged down by, after a 4-yard gain, he gets dragged down by Franco Harris, but it's a first down. And Sholo, who began this possession at their own 12-yard line, moved the ball out near midfield now.
Yeah, some of these, Franco Harris, the top defensive player for the Yellow Jackets right there. You're just not hearing his name involved here, called out tonight. And Sholo doing a tremendous job of getting to that next level and putting the blocks on the linebackers, especially Franco Harris.
1st and 10. Cougars, they put it at the 45-yard line. Handoff to Walker again. Boy, Walker is just a relentless runner. 4-yard gain this time for Walker. He is approaching 100 yards rushing in the game. He's got 83 on 6 carries right now.
Nice job here by Hunter Kraus of the Yellow Jacket defense, fighting through some blocks and finally getting a hand on Walker and able to bring him down after a minimal gain.
2nd down play. 2nd down and a very long 6. The down marker is a little bit behind where the ball is placed at the 49-yard line. Sholo attempting to cross now into Blue Ridge territory. Two men flanked on the right side, meaning back in the backfield, and Brewer goes down. The pressure gets there, and Nash is going to lose 6 yards on the play. The pocket completely collapsed as the Yellow Jackets gambled and brought the house.
Yeah, they gambled right there. That's the defensive coordinator, Hathcock. The younger Hathcock calling up the blitz, dialing it up. And look at Franco Harris pushing his offensive lineman, his blocker, all the way into Nash Brewer and coming up with an assisted tackle right there along with 5 other purple jerseys.
I mean, he really manhandled the blocker, didn't he? Drove him right back into Brewer, who tried to set up, and then his guy was right in his face. So a beautiful play for the Yellow Jacket defense. We'll see if they can get another stop. 3rd down and 12. Ball at about the 43-yard line. And then a whistle.
Delay of game.
And a delay. So instead of 3rd and 12, 3rd and 17. Well, that's not so bad. I mean, Brewer likes these situations, 3rd and 17.
Well, I was going to say, we haven't had one of these, right? So this is the new penalty. We want to try to get I don't know how big the penalty book is, but let's shoot for it. Let's try to get each one. Whatever could be called for a penalty, let's get it.
Yeah, they're really going through the entire glossary, right? The entire book of definitions. Again, the blitz is on. Under pressure, Brewer lets it go. It's underthrown. And that was contact by the official, or rather by the defender. Colton Tidwell was the intended receiver. It's incomplete. Byron, I've seen that called a pass interference more than once right here as the receiver on an underthrown pass comes back, runs into the defender. They did not call it here.
No, they didn't, and let's see what happens. Well, to a degree, the receiver, I think that was a good no call because the receiver had his hands on the defensive back also, trying to pull him forward so he can get in position to make the reception, so I thought that was a good no call.
On 4th and 18, Brewer is going to punt it away, and the Yellow Jackets' plan is leave it alone. I think that was the wrong plan, okay? I think, there was so much room to field that punt. I don't know why Esparza didn't get to it, and I'm looking at now. I believe that Coach Hathcock, Alec Hathcock, the younger Hathcock, he was asking, kind of had the arms in the air, why didn't we return that? That was a ball that should have been chased down and returned and give yourself much better field position than your own 10-yard line. So the Yellow Jackets are going to have it.
Well, you definitely don't want to be deep inside your territory if you didn't want to be, because this defense has been tenacious for the Cougars here in the first half.
Well, you almost feel like, with 5:21 remaining, you almost feel like the punt now has positioned Sholo to get points on the board before halftime, don't you? First down play, the Jackets hand off to Barton. Going to try to pick his way through, and another penalty marker comes out as the tackle is being made.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say this one's not on Sholo.
Okay. Let's find out. Normally in that area of a hold, right?
Yes. So even though
it is a hold on the offense, it'll be half the distance to the 5-yard line.
Even though the laundry has been mostly against Sholo, I just had that feeling that Blue Ridge was finally going to get one.
And they did. Congratulations, Yellow Jackets. It was your turn. Finally, your turn finally came up. Boy. Oh, my goodness.
I think that's what, every 4 for Sholo, 1 for Blue Ridge?
Something like that. If the Cougars can keep up their pace by the end of the game, it's going to be something to behold. Here's a pass completed to Jake Esparza. Esparza gets about 8 yards on that pass play. It'll bring up 3rd down and manageable for the Yellow Jackets. Well, second down play coming up, 2nd and 7.
Look at that pass right over the defender's hands. That's Cooper right there, just out over his outstretched arms, right into the waiting arms on the slant of Esparza. And that's what you have to do if you're Blue Ridge, is just get these quick passes and get Cool Hand Luke into a flow.
Snap, give, Barton up the middle, and Barton gets about half of what they needed. Give him a gain of 4 yards on the play. And the Jackets are looking at 3rd down and 3, or just a shade under 3, with 4 minutes and 5 seconds remaining here in the first half. You're listening to the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week presented by Hatch Toyota right here on Mix 98 KRFM Sholo, the home of Sports Zone Radio. And a 21-7 Sholo lead, but the Yellow Jackets trying to do something with it here. Reverse the field, or reverses his field. Jace Barton does, but he gets knocked down very quickly. Barton is going to get a no gain on that play. And 4th down, 4th and 3 coming up. You would expect, right, to punt the football, and now you also take a look at Jace Barton, who is limping in the backfield. A team that is so thin already, has some key injuries, including David Simmons unable to play, and now Jace Barton is limping around on that leg of his. They're not taking him off the field, Byron. I just don't think they have the numbers to get him off the field, and he can barely move.
Yeah, and it's, hopefully he could just get a body in front of somebody on this punt.
Franco Harris back deep, good snap, a lot of pressure, and he almost gets it blocked. He was doing the rugby style run it out. Fair catch made by Nash Brewer at the 39-yard line. Sholo has it. They're on 30. No, that's the 49, right at midfield. Well, Byron on that punt a moment ago that the Yellow Jackets declined to return, and they found themselves pinned at the 10-yard line. You kind of got that feeling that Sholo was going to get the ball back pretty quick, and they were going to get the ball back with great field position, and they've got it 51 yards away with all kinds of time remaining.
Yeah, that special teams error right there by the Yellow Jackets, and Coach Athcock will tell you that, hey, we can't be making those type of mistakes against a team like the Show Low Cougars. They're going to take advantage of it, and here they are right near midfield to begin this drive just under 3 minutes before the end of half.
The Yellow Jackets defensively have done a pretty solid job after the 21-0 lead built by Sholo in that first quarter. Jackets have forced a couple of punts since then. And here's a pass delivered for a first down. That's nicely done to Colton Tidwell. Colton going to take it inside the 35-yard line, put him at the 33 for a gain of 18 yards.
I tell you what, I don't know if they got tired, their arms tired right there, but there was an obvious hold right there, and they didn't call it on that one.
I saw it when it was live, but I really didn't want to say anything because, come on, man, I mean, by this point, Sholo should be able to do whatever they want. And not worry about flags. They've been flagged so many times. The ball at the 33-yard line now. Here is a pass that's behind the receiver, incomplete. Trying to find Jet Walker down the seam, and maybe some miscommunication as that was Franco Harris coming right up the middle.
That's it. Franco Harris on the outside blitz, just getting in the face of the quarterback, Nash Brewer, and he wanted to get rid of it quickly because he didn't want to get hit by Franco. And now an incomplete pass.
Well, if the Yellow Jackets have any chance in this one today, a lot of that's going to rest on the shoulders of number 32, Franco Harris. He's just got to be so rangy today, all over the field for that defense. You'll see him line up just a couple of steps behind the line of scrimmage, 2nd down and 10. Handoff right side. They'll go away from Franco. And Carson Cooper has a nice run as he powers his way to the 10-yard line. And that's a gain of 23.
Little
Sholo first down.
Sorry about that. A little misdirection right there to Cooper. But this is what happens when you're successful handing the ball off to Jet Walker. Walker goes in motion. Everybody's eyes start following number 21, and you give it to 22 for a big gain.
So at the 10-yard line, it is first down and goal. They'll go up the middle with it this time. And that carry across the 5 to the 3-yard line. 7 yards. The pickup on this play was that Cooper again that carried the ball up the middle? Walker. Okay. And the ball now to the 3-yard line. Second down and goal to go. Cooper, the fullback. The tailback is Walker. He's got it right side. And Walker is going to get knocked down. And he got about a half a yard on the play. I'll call that a no gain on this one. Walker, in a rare instance of not gaining anything on the play, Walker has 8 carries for 90 yards and a touchdown so far.
Yeah, nice job by the defense up front for the Yellow Jackets. That was number 69, Aiden, and number 66, Bustillos, that came up with that stop.
Minute 12 remaining in the first half. Hand it to Walker again. He'll try the left side this time, and he gets a great push from his guys up front this time. And Walker goes into the end zone for a Sholo touchdown. 3 yards on the carry.
Nice job right there by the left side of the offensive line, getting that push and kind of sealing off so that Walker can go a little wider and then coming down the line right there. Look, you got 52 and 54. That's Flores and Engel just lining up purple jerseys and allowing Walker to get into the end zone.
Here's the kick out of the hold from Nash Brewer. The kick is up, and the kick is through there. It's good. The guy that provided the point after, Calvin Morgan, was able to nail it. And with 1:04 remaining here in this first half, we'll get a word in from Mountain Mobile Auto Glass. They'll present the halftime report on the way here at the break as well. 28-7, Sholo in front of Blue Ridge. The Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week presented by Hatch Toyota.
Hee-haw! This month, the experts at Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint are giving you a farm experience like no other. When you have your insured windshield replaced, you get 2 delicious dinners, 2 movie tickets, and this month you also get 2 tickets to the Willis Farm.
Haunted, Corn Maze, Barnyard Apocalypse.
Plus, you know everyone on the farm loves country music, so this month we are giving away 2 sets of premium concert tickets. One to see Carrie Underwood and another set to see the Zac Brown Band, both live in Phoenix. It's Farm Month. Get great Mexican food, a night at the movies, 2 tickets to the haunted Barnyard Apocalypse at the Willis Farm in Snowflake, and your chance at seeing Carrie Underwood and the Zac Brown Band in concert.
536-597. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass cash back to you. Woohoo!
1:04 remaining in the first half. The Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint halftime report is on the way here in just a bit. Here's a line drive Sholo kick. Nice job fielding. It looked like a second baseman out there, and the ball comes out across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Seth Slaughter with a nice pickup on that play. Did not get the E4 call on that one. That's for our baseball buddy that's listening. I know he's listening. I'm talking about Joe Matthews, who's the head coach of the Snowflake Lobos baseball team and who is also a very faithful member of the Sports Zone radio team. Just hadn't worked this year yet on one of our broadcasts, but he does when called upon. And a baseball guy who I'll also mention, Joe, probably like me, you cannot wait for the Los Angeles Dodgers to begin playing playoff baseball on Tuesday. What?
Nothing.
Why is that
agree.
funny?
I agree. I just have a feeling that Joe Matthews isn't a Dodger fan, the way you said it.
Luke Berlin winds up, delivers, pass caught. Nice little catch right there. I thought the receiver was going to get the alligator arms for a second, but no. Seth Slaughter reaches out and hauls it in for an 8-yard gain on that first down. Well, listen, with limited time here, under a minute, the Yellow Jackets, they're not done, are they?
No, a little 2-minute offense going for Blue Ridge.
That was an 80-yard pickup. Second down and a couple. Berlin, and he'll throw deep down the left side looking for Antonelli, and that is incomplete, but Jake Decker's going to get called for pass interference. Well, Jake was celebrating a little premature after the play was made, and what he did wrong was he didn't look back for the football and make a play on it. Well, don't make contact then, right? So there's the contact just before the ball gets in. That's pass interference. They'll mark it off. It'll be our first down for the Yellow Jackets.
See, this is where we're getting into, I don't know. That was
you
very
didn't like
questionable.
the call?
I didn't like the call. I didn't like it. Look, you have face guarding. That's what he did. Is it your fault that the receiver stops and jumps into you to draw that contact?
Oh, that was clearly a pass interference, Byron. You couldn't see it there?
I did not. No, the receiver jumps in.
It was pretty clear.
Oh, it wasn't. Wasn't even close.
There's a first down play ball at the 40-yard line for the Yellow Jackets. Well, let's see, they got 30 seconds remaining. They do have one timeout, and they'll throw to the sideline, incomplete to Jay Spartan. Hey, guys, show us that again.
Yes, and watch Antonelli. You cannot, at some point, you can't allow the receiver to jump into the defensive.
He's trying to catch the football.
Look, no.
He's trying to
look. He jumps into him, and then that's you're calling the flag on that.
He's trying to catch the football.
Well, doesn't matter if you got great positioning. Hey,
look at that, Cody Wallace walking right in front of your face. You didn't even say hi, Byron. That's Cody Wallace. That's a legend right there. That guy. Okay, one of the best left-handed bats you've ever seen. Second down play, 2nd and 10. Ball over the middle. There was a lot of contact in the middle of the field. Seth Slaughter was hand-fighting with Nash Brewer right there, and it's incomplete. Well, look at this on the replay. Now, let me tell you if you see anything right here.
This is probably more pass interference than the last call. I'm just telling you right now.
See if we get a shot here as it comes into frame.
Yeah,
you see those guys going at it right there before the ball ever gets there?
Yep.
And I'm going to assume the official didn't throw a flag on that play because he said, well, they're both going at each other.
He said, I got him once. I'll let this one go.
Or he said, man, I got to see a chiropractor before I throw another flag. My shoulder's out of whack here. Here's a pass from Berlin. That's short of the mark, incomplete. It'll bring up 4th down and 10. It stopped the clock with 16.8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
How about that little sidearm throw right there by Luke?
He was trying to conjure up some Patrick Mahomes right there, wasn't he?
I think so. Yeah, he was rolling to his left, which is always difficult for a right-handed quarterback, and then he's got a defender into him, and he just do it left-handed. Just unfortunately, he doesn't have the arm strength like Mahomes.
Yeah, a few of us do. As Blue Ridge calls their final timeout here of the first half. I believe that was the Yellow Jackets that called it because why would Sholo? They didn't need to, right? The clock was stopped. So the Yellow Jackets will spend their final timeout to discuss some strategy here going into the halftime break and try to do whatever they can to not let the ball into the hands of Nash Brewer in the open field. That's what I would say is probably the number one thing they're discussing at the moment. But the other thing is, are they going to punt the football? Will they kick it? Or will they just go ahead and go for it on 4th down and leave if they don't get it, leave a 60-yard field for Sholo in front of them?
I think they're going to go for it. And if you can, you just have Berlin right there kind of roll around a little bit, and then you just throw it toward the end zone, hoping that no time left on the clock. I know 16 seconds is a lot, but you just run around, and then throw it up.
By the way, there was a kid on the Yellow Jacket sideline that was out there helping, providing some water, doing some management stuff. World-class mullet. We'll see if we can get a shot of that. That looks good. 4th down and 10. Berlin, deep left side, lets it go, and you know what? It was over the wrong shoulder because Seth Slaughter was behind the defender. How do you get in this situation behind the defender? But he did, and Berlin had enough arm on it. It's just the wrong side. Watch Seth Slaughter.
Yeah, not sure exactly what Berlin was doing because Seth he ran the right route where it was down the middle of the field and then go to the left right there, and Luke threw it right down the middle, and even you're on that type of throw, you're not sure is it the quarterback or the receiver, but looking at the sidelines, it definitely was the quarterback on that one on the misread.
Well, the Yellow Jackets now have to do everything they can in the final 10.7 seconds to not allow Sholo to put more points on the board, and the Cougars are definitely going to go for that. Here comes Brewer running left side. He'll run for a first down and then step out of bounds. Well, he preserved 4 seconds, and he picked up 12 yards on the run. So a first down, straight ahead.
Well, nice job here by the defense of Blue Ridge. As many flags have we seen fly, there was no late hit out of bounds that advanced the ball 15 more yards. They just allowed Brewer to get to the sideline, go out of bounds, and let's live another play.
So first down play right here. This is probably the final play. Yep, time is going to run out. Brewer's going to wind up and throw deep. Pass is caught. That is Carson Cooper, and Cooper almost takes it in. Cooper is going to take it to the 7-yard line. It ends up being a 41-yard pass play that almost goes into the end zone. Wow, that's how the first half ends. Broken tackle, another one there. Another 3 broken tackles in that final moment. How in the world do you let that happen? The Yellow Jackets almost paid the ultimate price on that play.
Yeah, you know, kudos to Seth Slaughter right there, because you're the 4th guy, and by that time you're kind of already going, oh, they've got him, and you've kind of relaxed a little bit, and then you may miss that tackle, but right there he stayed focused and was like, I got to pay attention, and sure enough, 3 guys missed him, and he was the saving tackle.
And that's how the first half comes to an end. We're going to have an extended halftime here as Blue Ridge High School, the Blue Ridge Unified School District, takes time to honor Frank Girardi, the coach, who passed away. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'll tell you what I'm going to do right here. I'm actually going to dip out of this here, and we're gonna stay live here. I'm gonna ask our guys, camera one, go live and get a shot of that on the track, and we're gonna go ahead and join them as they do their ceremony for Frank Girardi, the coach that passed away not long ago.
Continue to build upon the idea that these beliefs are important and necessary in our lives. Those students who have been taught or coached by Frank Girardi should themselves try to adhere to these same tenets, not only to ensure their own success, but to keep Frank Girardi's memories alive in their lives. At this time, we would like to present the Girardi family with a shadow box of number 41 and say thank you for sharing Coach Girardi with us. And if you would join me, please, in having a moment of silence in honor of Coach Girardi. Thank you. If anyone is interested in purchasing shirts for $15, they're down by the snack bar. They have the number 41 on them, and all proceeds will go to the Girardi family.
And there you see the jersey number 41, which, by the way, is worn this year. Right there, you saw Jake Esparza come into frame. Jake, whose family, the Esparza family, was very close with Coach Girardi and his family. And hugs all around. There is members of the Girardi family. And he tragically lost his life. Just a young guy. Just a young buck, not 50 years old yet. And he passed away earlier this year. Frank Girardi, longtime coach in the Blue Ridge program and was one of their great players. They made an announcement before the game, talked about how he was a member of the 1994 state championship team that was one of the all-time greats. They made some reference. I think it was the greatest Blue Ridge team ever. That 1994 state championship team had Frank Girardi, had Scooter Sprott on that team. So many other great players as well. They went undefeated. There was nobody in the 3A ranks that gave them a game. They did not have a single close game all season long. That year they went undefeated. Frank Girardi was part of that. And his number 41 now will be displayed in that family home in that shadow box that was provided by the Blue Ridge Unified School District. 28-7, the halftime score here. Sholo in front of the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets. It's halftime, everybody. We'll grab a timeout and come back in a moment with the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint halftime report. That is on the way from Paul Moro Stadium. Don't go anywhere. We'll break down that first half for you here in just a few moments. Stand by.
Cash for Clunkers is back for a limited time at Hatch Toyota in Sholo. We got buyers bidding on all trade-ins, regardless of mileage, year, or condition, and this is your opportunity to get rid of your old clunker and get $2,000 minimum towards a quality late-model, low-mileage car, truck, SUV, or new in-stock Toyota. The bumper's held on by duct tape, the trunk lid wired shut. Bring it in. Get a guaranteed minimum $2,000 on your trade, running or not. No matter what condition it's in, no matter how much you owe on it, you don't need a cash down payment. You don't need perfect credit. Hatch Toyota is giving you a minimum $2,000 trade value toward the purchase of any pre-owned or new Toyota in stock. Hatch Toyota, your Cash for Clunkers headquarters at the Northern Arizona Auto Mall in Sholo and at hatchtoyota.com. Keeping the White Mountains rolling for 32 years. All offers on approved credit plus tax, title, license, and dealer doc fees. Must have a clean title. Cannot be combined with any other offers or sale items.
Imagine this, a professional healthcare partner that's concerned about you, your choices, your health, your safety. At White Mountain Regional Medical Center in Springerville, choice and elevating your healthcare experience is the mission of our new CEO. Experienced physicians and friendly staff. Whether you need a rapid COVID-19 test, a vaccination, or you're looking to utilize the newest MRI, CT scan, or nuclear medicine technology, White Mountain Regional Medical Center, located in Springerville, is your healthcare partner when choices matter.
The team at Beam & Will Drilling is like a great football team. They work hard, they work as a team, and they play to win. Their reputation is second to none, and they proudly call the White Mountains their home, even though they complete projects throughout the entire southwestern United States and beyond. No project is too big or too small for Beam & Well Drilling, so when the time comes for you to punch a hole in the ground, remember the White Mountains' top well drilling team, Beam & Well Drilling. Call anytime, 928-205-7647. Go deep with Beam & Well Drilling.
Explore beyond your limits with Samsung's new AO3S smartphone. Free for a limited time at Naked Mobile. Activate 2 months of our $75 a month 60 gigabyte LTE data plan and get the Samsung Galaxy AO3S smartphone for free. Capture awesome pics with a triple lens rear camera or shoot video in HD, Bluetooth, GPS, and side fingerprint sensor for fast access and 32 gigabytes of internal storage. Get out and explore the world. At Naked Mobile, we've got you covered for free at any Cellular One store near you or at nakedmobile.com.
No matter the occasion, large, small, or just because, the Bloomhouse Floral Designs, located in Pine Top, will create the perfect bouquet to capture your moment perfectly. Offering the widest selection of beautiful and unique floral designs and accents, the Bloomhouse serves as your personal creation expert. We are open to serve you Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 and Saturday from 10 till 4. Same day and rush deliveries are available. Stop by or order online at bloomhouseflorals.com.
Summit Healthcare is always adding members to their professional team. Right now, Summit Healthcare proudly welcomes Dr. Keith Amaral, MD. Dr. Amaral graduated from Texas A&M University School of Medicine. He completed his pediatric residency at SSM Health Cardinal Glennon Children's Hospital in St. Louis, Missouri. Dr. Amaral will join Summit Healthcare Pediatrics, specializing in pediatric medicine.
Hatch Toyota in Sholo knows the best form of advertising is when your experience is so good, you tell your friends about it.
My product specialist helped me find my dream car. I drove 200 miles to buy a 4Runner. He knew all the features of the car without putting any pressure on me. I visited 4 dealerships in the state, and he had the best customer service of anyone. I highly recommend.
I reached out to Hatch Toyota, which is several hours away from me. They gave me a straightforward price on a brand new Camry hybrid, and I couldn't be happier. My product specialist was very patient and answered all my questions.
We know you can buy anywhere, and we want your experience to be worthy of telling your friends. We also offer Toyota Care, our complimentary maintenance plan, including roadside service for 2 years or 25,000 miles.
Hi, this is Chaz Hatch. Get our statewide low price guarantee on every new Toyota. Find out more at hatchtoyota.com or visit us today at the Northern Arizona Auto Mall in Sholo.
Hee-haw! This month, the experts at Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint are giving you a farm experience like no other. When you have your insured windshield replaced, you get 2 delicious dinners, 2 movie tickets, and this month you also get 2 tickets to the Willis Farm.
Haunted. Corn Maze. Barnyard Apocalypse.
Plus, you know everyone on the farm loves country music, so this month we're giving away 2 sets of premium concert tickets. One to see Carrie Underwood and another set to see the Zac Brown Band, both live in Phoenix. It's Farm Month. Get great Mexican food, a night at the movies, 2 tickets to the haunted barnyard apocalypse at the Willis Farm in Snowflake, and your chance at seeing Carrie Underwood and the Zac Brown Band in concert.
536-5972. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass Cashback. Woohoo!
Welcome to the Mountain Mobile Halftime. A complete first half breakdown of tonight's Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week broadcast. This is the Mountain Mobile Halftime.
Back to the action, everybody. Welcome back in. Floyd Simmons along with B-Squared Byron Brown on the play-by-play call of this one tonight at Paul Moro Stadium. It's the rematch of the rivalry, Sholo and Blue Ridge here tonight in this one. And at halftime, 28-7, Sholo leads the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets. Well, kind of 2 big highlights from the first half, or 2 big storylines, I would say, Byron. The first one is, well, maybe 3. There are key injuries on both sides. Ryan Kishbaugh, unavailable today, played on the very first play from scrimmage. But I would assume that's because, as a senior, he just wants to taste that field, get a little bit of that grass in his final ever chance to play at Blue Ridge in his entire football life. So he came out, played the first play from scrimmage. We haven't seen him since because he's got an ankle injury that he is dealing with. So you're missing him. There's a couple other key guys out. I believe Colton Cloyd is out for Sholo as well today. And when we saw him out on the field earlier, Byron, I think it's the same thing. I think number 31, because I haven't seen him since then, I think number 31 just wanted to get a little taste of the action, be a part of the game. See, I played in my final game, even if it was a play or 2 or just a few. So that's one of the storylines. On the other side, for injuries, not just Sholo, Blue Ridge playing without David Simmons, their best weapon. He is not available tonight for the game. So, they're dealing with that. They've got a couple of other injuries as well that have been plaguing the team. So injuries are a storyline. And I would say certainly a storyline is how about the coming out party tonight for Jet Walker? And it's not the first time he's performed big for Sholo this year, but it's my first time to see him in person do what he can do. Jet Walker, the freshman, playing out there, getting a lot more touches here tonight because of his teammate Ryan Kishbaugh being unavailable. Jet Walker has 2 touchdowns today for the Cougars. And Jet also, just his overall numbers, running the football in this one tonight. The freshman running back today, Jet Walker, 9 carries, 93 yards, averaging better than 10 yards a carry in this one tonight, Byron, to lead that offense.
Yeah, what do you do? When your senior goes down, one of your mainstays that would be in the conversation for the 3A Northeast Region Player of the Year, along with his teammate Nash Brewer. So what do you do when he goes down? You just call on a little freshman right there, Jet Walker. They got some playing time last week against Monument Valley in the victory by the Cougars, and now you're seeing them continue that momentum here forward tonight against the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets. As you said, 9 carries for 93 yards and 2 touchdowns for the freshman right there, and having a big game offensively for the Show Low Cougars.
Yeah, again, 93 yards rushing in the game so far tonight. A 28-7 lead for the Show Low Cougars, everybody. Let's run through the scoring from that first half. The Cougars opened up by intercepting a pass on the first play from scrimmage here tonight. The freshman quarterback, Luke Berlin, threw it right into the hands of Gage Reedhead. Reedhead, with a nice effort inside the 10-yard line with guys draped on him to just keep his momentum up and carry it into the end zone, got into the end zone for the first points of the game. A touchdown for Gage Reedhead on an interception return. Sholo got the point after as well, and the kick made it 7-0 Sholo in front. The Yellow Jackets would go 3 and out, punt the ball, and Sholo got it right back, and they marched 76 yards in just 5 plays to turn that into a touchdown. About a minute and a half the total time of possession there, as The Cougars at 8:21 on the clock in the first quarter got their second touchdown. That was Jet Walker's first touchdown run today, 5-yard touchdown run at that stage of the game. Made it 14-0 Sholo in front. The Yellow Jackets would start to move the ball much better, but they gave it up on downs deep in Sholo territory on their next possession. Sholo got it at the 15-yard line, went 3 and out. Blue Ridge got it back, and they ended up going 3 and out with a punt. Before Sholo got more points on the board, they would get the ball at their own 33-yard line, and 2 plays later, they were in the end zone on a Carson Cooper 41-yard touchdown run for Sholo. The kick was good, and Sholo led 21-0. Blue Ridge would finally turn something into points. They went on a 57-yard, 7-play drive, and Jay Spartan scored his first touchdown today. So far today, anyway, a 6-yard touchdown run for Jay Spartan. I say his first touchdown because, listen, he's turned into a touchdown machine. He had 4 touchdowns last week for Sholo against Page, and now a 5th in 2 weeks for Jay Spartan. He took it across with 10:32 on the clock in the second quarter. Barton's touchdown run and point after made it 21-7. 21-7. Blue Ridge was able to sneak in there. The Yellow Jackets would force a punt, but they themselves then went 3 and out on a punt before setting Sholo up for their final score in the first half. Sholo got the ball with 2:54 on the clock in the second quarter, and they were able to take the ball successfully down the field in 6 plays, 51-yard drive in 6 plays. Jet Walker finishing off with just 11 seconds left in the first half on a 3-yard touchdown run. The kick was good, and Sholo's lead then was 28-7. That's the lead they took into halftime, everybody. You're on the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass N10 halftime report. Well, Byron, the Yellow Jackets proved, I think, to themselves and their fans, they're capable of moving the ball. They're capable of stopping Sholo. The problem is, it's got to be a little bit more than just capable. It's got to be consistent, and Sholo has made them pay for the lack of consistency in those areas. 28-7 here at halftime.
Well, they've showed that they can do some good things, like you said and pointed out there, Floyd. But they have to do a better job of being consistent at doing those good things. But it is difficult against a team like the Show Low Cougars that have so much firepower offensively and defensively. They are very, very tough, especially in the first half. We'll see what happens here in the second half. It seems like defensively the Cougars allow teams to kind of come back in the second half and have a good 1 or 2 series to get back into the game. But and that's what if you're Blue Ridge, that's what you have to count on and try to take advantage of here in the second half. And then you're going to have to just bring pressure. You're going to have to start guessing, hey, we're either going to run blitz or pass blitz and try one or the other to really try to slow down this Cougar offense that has put up 21 points and really has been able to do whatever they want against the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets.
It's halftime, everybody. We're going to grab a timeout. We'll return in a moment to continue the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint halftime reports. We'll look at statistics when we do return here to Paul Moro Stadium. This word from Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint. Stand by.
Hee-haw! This month, the experts at Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint are giving you a farm experience like no other. When you have your insured windshield replaced, you get 2 delicious dinners, 2 movie tickets, and this month you also get 2 tickets to the Willis Farm.
Haunted, Corn Maze, Barnyard Apocalypse.
Plus, you know everyone on the farm loves country music, so this month we are giving away 2 sets of premium concert tickets. One to see Carrie Underwood and another set to see the Zac Brown Band, both live in Phoenix. It's Farm Month. Get great Mexican food, a night at the movies, 2 tickets to the haunted Barnyard Apocalypse at the Willis Farm in Snowflake, and your chance at seeing Carrie Underwood and the Zac Brown Band in concert.
536-597 Mountain Mobile Auto Glass Cash Back. Woohoo!
Summit Healthcare is committed to your healthcare experience from start to finish. They invite you to take advantage of the Summit Healthcare Retail Pharmacy. The pharmacy is conveniently located in Summit's outpatient pavilion, just steps away from the hospital, and most of Summit's clinics. They accept most insurance, including Medicaid, Medicare Part B, Medicare Part D, First Care, and IHS. Prescriptions are ready in just minutes, and you get curbside delivery too. The Summit Healthcare Retail Pharmacy, because Summit is committed to meeting your pharmaceutical needs.
The Simmons Media Group and Sports Zone Radio is proud to be the recipient of the Professional Indoor Football League's award for Top Game Day Broadcast for our work providing full television, live streaming, and radio production for the Arizona Rattlers. You can catch our live video stream broadcasts of White Mountains football on the Sports Zone Radio Facebook page and YouTube channel. This is Floyd Simmons inviting you to join us every Friday for the Hatch Toyota Friday Night Football Show and Sports Zone Radio's award-winning live video sports coverage.
It's halftime here at Blue Ridge High School, everybody. Welcome back in. Floyd Simmons, B-Squared, Byron Brown on the play-by-play call in this one tonight. Sholo leads Blue Ridge 28-7 as we further break it down on the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint halftime reports. Well, Byron, listen to this on the stat lines here. Sholo has outgained Blue Ridge by about a 3-1 clip, okay? 301 yards of offense for Sholo at halftime, 110 yards for the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets, and yet Blue Ridge has run 6 more offensive plays in that first half than the Cougars have. 32 offensive plays for Blue Ridge, 26 offensive plays for Sholo.
So you know what that tells me? That tells me that Sholo's very effective when they get the ball. They don't take a long time. It's like 5 plays, and we score.
Yeah, pretty effective for sure. By the way, time of possession, almost dead even. 6 seconds separating the two teams on time of possession, so that's not a factor.
No. And the other reason why I think there's only 6 plays difference between the two is because of the penalties that Sholo has had that gives them an extra play to go from.
Well, you know how many penalties on Sholo so far?
12.
13. 13 penalties, 112 yards of penalties assessed against them.
That's like 2 games worth.
It really is. Really is. We've rarely seen the prolific level.
And the thing is that we saw about 2 obvious ones that didn't get called. So technically, they probably should have been at 15 at least.
15 penalties, yeah. Let's see. The other numbers for the Cougars, 301 yards of total offense in that first half. They've run for 216 and passed for 85 yards. Penalized 13 times for 112 yards. Sacked twice, by the way. Sacked twice by the Blue Ridge defense. Have not turned it over. No fumbles, no interceptions so far in the game committed by Sholo. Quarterback Nash Brewer is 5 of 7 for 85 yards. He's completing 71.4% of his passes in this game, and those 5 catches made by, first of all, Carson Cooper's the leading receiver, and that was on the final play of the half. 1 catch for 41 yards. Gage Reed had 2 catches for 25 yards, and Colton Tidwell has 1 catch for 18. Ray Pedraza has also caught 1 pass for a single yard here in the game today. Running the football, the freshman Jet Walker, 9 carries, 93 yards, and 2 touchdowns. What a night that young man is having against the Yellow Jackets. Carson Cooper, 2 carries for 64 yards. One of those was a 32-yard touchdown run. Nash Brewer, 5 rushes for 16 yards. Ray Pedraza, 2 carries for 43 yards in that first half. Running the football, the Sholo Cougars cannot be stopped by that Yellow Jacket defense. Have not yet been stopped to any effective degree. The Yellow Jackets on 110 yards in the first half. And they have run the ball for 87 yards. No. They've thrown the ball for 87 yards, run the ball 23 yards rushing so far in the game for the Jackets. They have turned the ball over 1 time. Unfortunately, it was a costly one, the very first play of the game. Interception returned by Sholo for a touchdown. 4 penalties on Blue Ridge for 20 yards so far. The 1 total turnover we mentioned just a moment ago. Luke Berlin, the freshman quarterback, is 7 of 20. Probably should be more like 10 of 20. But 50% still not good enough. There's that freshman quarterback on your screen. 87 yards passing in that first half for Berlin. 1 interception, unfortunately, for the young man. His receivers, the leading receiver is Elam Antonelli, 4 catches for 56 yards. Jake Esparza, 2 catches for 23 yards. Seth Slaughter has 1 reception for 8 yards. Running the football, Jay Spartan, 10 carries for 20 yards and 1 touchdown. Seth Slaughter has carried it twice for 3 yards in the first half of this one. As we wrap up the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint halftime report. Byron, real quick before the kick, anything on the stats that you want to analyze for us?
Well, I think they tell you the score. The score is 28-7. Sholo Out yardage over Blue Ridge, 3-1. The thing that's really kept Sholo from doing more is the penalties. Let's see what happens here in the second half with Show Low Cougars, if they can clean up the laundry of the flags and see if Blue Ridge can get a little rhythm going for Cool Hand Luke.
13 penalties for 112 yards in that first half assessed against the Cougars. It's a lot of penalties.
Brought to you by Tide Pods.
As far as I want to go with it. yeah. That's one good thing you can do with the Tide Pods. The other ones you don't want to do. Ball picked up at the 20-yard line. Reverse. Walker hands it off. Room to run right side. Carson Cooper. Cut back. He's in the open field and finally dragged down. Yeah, he's tripped up, dragged down by Elam Antonelli. That is a composite return of, let's see, 55 yards. They'll mark it at the 25-yard line. There's a return man. I think Carson Cooper slow in getting up. He is a very valuable member of that team on both sides of the football, and Cooper stays down right now. 55 yards of the total return yardage on that one for the Cougars to set up beautifully at the Yellow Jacket 25-yard line.
Yeah, right there. Cooper, I think, as he got thrown down, just kind of got a little shaken up right there. It was, as he's trying to get up, did you see his coach right there? He tackled him. Nice job right here by the Cougars, just coming off on kickoff. Hey, we're going to do a little razzle-dazzle before to open the second half, and right there get it all the way down to the Blue Ridge 25-yard line.
Well, this is the first time today that either one of these teams has taken over possession of the ball in their opponent's territory. It's the first time here. It's at the Yellow Jacket 25-yard line.
It was the first offensive play for the Show Low Cougars of the first half. They tried a little razzle-dazzle. Hey, why not do a razzle-dazzle on the kickoff on our first play of the second half?
Well, Sholo is very famous for doing something to start a half, okay? They're always, jumping out trying to swing big, and it worked out for them for sure. Pedraza up the middle, broken tackles in the end zone. 25-yard Sholo touchdown to start the second half scoring.
Well, here we go. Everybody's looking for Jet Walker, number 21, but they forget about the other guy, Pedraza, right there, lining up in the backfield, taking the handoff from Brewer, going all the way up the middle, allowing his offensive line to just create a gap and a hole, and Pedraza takes it to the house.
Oh, listen, Byron, here's what I'm going to say on that. I wanted to make this comment at halftime. I really didn't get to it, and that is this. The Yellow Jackets, miserable tackling in that first half, and they just demonstrated it again right there. Terrible tackling by the Yellow Jackets. They have got to get better. Let me put it that way. And really, to me, Byron, it's an effort thing. There was very little effort on that Pedraza run right there. Not to take anything away from Ray. What a great football player he is. But watch the effort here. There's at least three guys that got a shot on him. And nobody, there should have been a tackle. There was an opportunity. And really, the effort wasn't all the way there. And Antonelli pulls up at the end. They have got to make the effort and get the tackle.
Well, it's about wanting to take a hit, right? You want to hit somebody, and right there you're just seeing two guys on the defense not even really come close. Antonelli can't do it because he's already in the end zone. You don't want to get piled on and get a 15-yarder off the kickoff. Just a lack of effort, as you said, Floyd, a lack of want. You got to want to hit somebody. You got to want to take somebody out. You got to hit like you don't like that person.
Why do you play football? You play football for the opportunity to take out some of that young aggression that you have in your life, right? Some of the frustration from having to do chores at home. Maybe they're not doing enough chores at home. Here's the ball fielded at the 18-yard line and taken straight back up the middle. There's a big pileup at about the 40-yard line, or just past the 40, and they'll mark him down right there, 40-yard line. That's where the Yellow Jackets will get the ball for the first time in the second half.
You want them to have that aggressiveness, that aggressive nature on the defense to want to tackle and hit something hard, like that aggressiveness that Floyd has when he fixes a filet at home after cooking all day and just devouring a filet mignon of his own creation.
And you're right. I go right after it. It is very almost caveman-like.
Yes, You don't want it to be like the lovely Sonia Simmons that will not touch the red meat at all.
No, you're going hard after it. That's for sure. That's for sure. Here's a marker down, and I think this time we're going to see it on Blue Ridge. Hunter Krause came out and he got wrapped up with, was it Pedraza, who now gets up limping? So marker down away from where the tackle was made, and that should be a 4-yard gain. And then after the play, we should see a mark off because I believe it happened after the whistle, the penalty.
Well, Pedraza was limping after the touchdown. He was kind of limping back to the sideline even after the touchdown run. And this is just going to really reinforce it, and they're going to take Pedraza out.
Okay, well, we're having problems with the scoreboarding clock, everybody. And I apologize on that. When we get a break, I'll take a look into it for everybody. And they mark it off 15 yards. So it's going to be first down and 21. First and 21. They mark it from the end of the play. So it was a 4-yard gain on that last play and then a 15-yard penalty. And Luke Berlin, with an empty backfield, will take the snap for the Yellow Jackets. And he is looking to the left right off the bat. They'll throw it Antonelli. And it is incomplete. And then Antonelli destroyed his mouthpiece, I think, at the end of the play. Well, he was very frustrated with himself that he didn't make the catch.
Well, again, that's a catch that you have to make if you're Antonelli, and he had blockers lined up. That was going to be a big play for the Yellow Jackets. And right there, Antonelli put his eyes down the field, took it off the football, and the football went right through the hands.
Yeah, there's a lot of the difference in this one, the 35-7 lead for Sholo. A lot of that is Blue Ridge can blame themselves for a ton of it. Here's a pass, underthrown to Antonelli down the left sideline. There is contact at the end, but this time I think the official smartly did not flag Sergio Villalba, who made some contact there and shouldn't have. I don't believe that was well underthrown, intended for Antonelli. I don't know if the ball was wet or whatever. Maybe it slipped, squirted a bit out of the grip, but it came up way short. Maybe you think Blue Ridge is doing that on purpose at this point, Byron? You think that they're underthrowing those receivers on the outside and that man coverage that Sholo is presenting and trying to pick up that interference call?
Look, I don't think Blue Ridge, they might, but I think a lot of teams do that.
My goodness. The wet turf gets Franco Harris, the punter, snap way over his head. Okay, first of all, that was airmailed. That is a majestic snap right there, Byron. Whoever that was that snapped it got it to turn over, and then Franco Harris ends up going down at the 1-yard line. And just like that, Sholo is going to get the ball in prime position.
Just like that, the wheels have come off the Blue Ridge bus.
I formation, Jet Walker, watch him. He is dotting the I. Now they'll put Pedraza in motion and give Nash Brewer a chance on the quarterback sneak. Up the middle he goes into the end zone for a Sholo touchdown.
Not much to it right there for the Show Cougars up front. Look, you only got a yard to go. That's going to be pretty easy getting for the Cougars the way this offensive line has been working not just this game but all season long. And Nash Brewer finally hits pay dirt.
And we'll see if Calvin Morgan can stay perfect on his points after tries. It's going to skip in, and Brewer's going to throw it to the end zone, and it's caught by Colton Tidwell for the 2-point conversion. It's all going Sholo's way today. And that's just another piece of evidence on that. A word in from Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint, everybody. 10:54 on the clock, third quarter. It's now 43-7. Sholo in front of Blue Ridge, the Sports on Radio Game of the Week, presented by Hatch Toyota.
Yeehaw! This month, the experts at Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint are giving you a farm experience like no other. When you have your insured windshield replaced, you get 2 delicious dinners, 2 movie tickets, and this month you also get 2 tickets to the Willis Farm.
Haunted, Corn Maze, Barnyard Apocalypse.
Plus, you know everyone on the farm loves country music, so this month we are giving away 2 sets of premium concert tickets. One to see Carrie Underwood Underwood, and another set to see the Zac Brown Band, both live in Phoenix. It's Farm Month. Get great Mexican food, a night at the movies, 2 tickets to the haunted barnyard apocalypse at the Willis Farm in Snowflake, and your chance at seeing Carrie Underwood and the Zac Brown Band in concert.
536-597. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass Cash Back to you. Woohoo!
Well, the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets have really hurt themselves in a big way today. And here to start the second half, 3 plays, and Blue Ridge has broken down on every one of them. The kick return to start the half that gave Sholo great field position at the 25-yard line. The run by Pedraza up the middle with very little effort to make the tackle by the defense, and then the snap over the punter's head.
Short kick, fumbled by Blue Ridge.
The Yellow Jackets fumble the ball here, so make it 4. 4 disastrous plays turned in by the Yellow Jackets in the first minute and 8 seconds of the second half. We'll watch it here as the ball is never fielded cleanly. Nobody wanted it. Nobody came up. Hunter Krause had the best shot at it. There was probably some confusion between he and Franco Harris as to who was going to take the ball. And they'll fumble the ball back over and give Sholo the football. Wow.
Not the start you wanted if you're the Yellow Jackets to start this second half.
First down, Sholo.
So from the 44-yard line of Blue Ridge, Nash Brewer puts Pedraza in motion, empty backfield, and trying to throw a ball off the opposite way. Well, it was an interesting play design, and Colton Tidwell just couldn't haul it in. Pressure up the middle. Hunter Krause gets there. He was on a blitz along with Franco Harris, and they get to the quarterback and make it a tough release.
Yeah, Franco Harris does a nice job just getting off the edge and getting to Brewer before he's able to get the pass where he wanted to. That was to Colton Tidwell.
Second down play at the Yellow Jacket 44-yard line. That clock stopped with 10:47 showing here third quarter. 43-7. Big lead for the Cougars. Jet Walker, hey, look at this. Walker goes the wrong way for the first time today. Lost a yard on this play. Hunter Krause was among, again, those guys that got there quickly. Franco Harris in the middle of the whole thing. And also want to give credit to Harris's younger brother who helped get there. The Harris brothers combining to make that stop. That's Carlo Harris, who's just a freshman, who gets an assist on the tackle with his big brother, Franco. So they lose a yard on the play.
Nice to see after that muffed kickoff that you still see some fight in the Yellow Jackets.
Quarterback draw. Brewer breaking tackles. First down yardage and more. Stiff arm again. The efforts not so great, and a touchdown for the Show Low Cougars.
Well, they dropped back. They dropped back into a zone, and Nash Brewer saw that, put the ball away, and ran straight up the middle, and there was no purple jersey there to try to tackle him until about the 15-yard line, and that's where he just says, hey, here's my hand. Face it.
Boy, I tell you, it's like that long extended halftime. Everybody went home and forgot to come back to the ballpark. And now look at this. Look at this. Yellow Jacket fans are leaving with 9:52 on the clock in the third quarter. I'm used to seeing this at Cardinal games, but you got people who are packing it up and leaving the facility. Ouch. Ouch.
When's the last time you saw a Sholo Cougar team do this to a Blue Ridge team and cause them to have their fans leave early?
The fifth of never. I've seen it the other way a few times, to be honest with you.
Yes.
I've never seen Sholo put it on Blue Ridge like this. The difference is back in the old days when Blue Ridge would do that, Sholo had a good football team most of the time, okay? It was just the mystique, the Blue Ridge mystique. The Blue Ridge did this to Snowflake. I don't know how many times Snowflake had a really good football team on the other side and would get beat in weird ways. When my son Dustin was a senior, they played Sholo. Sholo had a good football team. They really did. There's some talent on the team. And Blue Ridge beat them 49-0, okay? Here's a pickup on the short hop by Jake Esparza, and he somehow was able to keep from kneeing the ball down on when he fielded that kick, and he brings it out to the 45. Well, we'll see if that does something to spark this team a little bit. He was down.
Yeah, he was down.
Yeah.
I think that the refs were going, hey, let's go with it.
Yeah, it's like, hey, well, we'll see what happens here.
Exactly.
If he would have broke that one for a touchdown, they probably would have thrown it and whistled it, bring it back. He gets it out to the 45-yard line. Was that a bit of mercy by the official? Is that what that was?
I think so. I think it was.
Wow.
Look, we know that Blue Ridge has got a young team. We know that they've had significant injuries here tonight. And look, the Show Low Cougars are one of the top 2 teams in the 3A conference. But we're going to find out what Blue Ridge is made of right here in these last 9:45 in the third quarter and another 12 in the fourth quarter.
And off up the middle, Jace Barton for a 2-yard gain on this play. Well, okay, so you call Sholo as one of the top 2 teams. Obviously, included in that then would be the Thatcher Eagles.
Yes.
Right? Okay, so Thatcher's undefeated. There are 2 undefeated teams at the start of tonight. Did you know that? Thatcher's undefeated.
Uh-huh.
And then the next team, do you happen to have any idea who else is undefeated in 3A football?
Push Ridge.
It is not Push Ridge. They have 1 loss on their record. So we watch a ball skipped in incomplete, looking for Elam Antonelli, and it will come in just a little bit low and outside.
I thought Eastmark had a loss.
They do. Eastmark has a loss. You'll never guess it. It's gonna shock you a little bit.
Okay.
As to the other remaining unbeaten team in the 3A ranks, it is the Florence Gophers.
All right, Florence.
Florence is 5-0 to start the night tonight. And the Gophers are hosting Eastmark, I believe. Is it Eastmark? I believe they're hosting Eastmark. I'll look at that schedule here in a bit for you and make sure we get it all straightened out just nice and tidy. Thatcher is undefeated, so you're thinking Thatcher and Sholo are the 2 best teams. Do you happen to know who is ranked number 2 in 3A football as we watch an interception over the middle? That ball, there were 3 defenders in the vicinity, and this young man just right in the middle of the whole thing. Jake Shumway. Jake Shumway with the interception for the Show Low Cougars, and they've got great field position once again. Boy, when it rains, it pours. It is a landslide right now.
Yeah, nice job by Jake Shumway right there, just dropping back into coverage, reading the eyes of the quarterback, and as you mentioned, look, you should not. You can't telegraph your pass, and right there, Luke, as a freshman, that's something he's going to learn. But here, as a freshman, he's just trying to thread the needle and put it between 3 white shirts, and typically bad things happen.
More Sholo or more Yellow Jacket fans are leaving the premises. Here comes the ball straight up the middle. And it's Jet Walker getting his number called again. Byron, I'm asking you. I was asking you personally. You said Sholo and Thatcher, the top 2 teams. Sandwiched between them in the power rankings is the Push Ridge Lions.
Yes.
So my question to you is then, are you suggesting after Jet Walker just picked up 8 yards by the way, I'll make it 7. 7 yards that last gain, he will get it again right side to pick up the first down. He does on a gain of 3. So he's able to successfully move the chains for the Cougars. Byron, are you saying that you think that that Push Ridge is not the legit second best team in the state?
I'm saying that they're not the legit second ranked team. Maybe they're third ranked, maybe they're fourth ranked. But look, the class of the 3A conference is Thatcher and Sholo. Okay? And, the power rankings, we know how they can be. They can not be true because of teams, playing other teams and getting more wins, or, hey, this team is really better than that. But, look, right now, power rankings, top 5, Thatcher, number 1, Push Ridge, number 2, Sholo, number 3, 4, Eastmark, number 5, Valley Christian. Sholo beat Valley Christian at the beginning of the season. Push Ridge and Eastmark, fine, 3 and 4. But number 1, Thatcher. Number 2, Sholo. That's your class right now.
Well, I'm not going to argue with that. I just wanted to hear your thoughts on Push Ridge, who I think is a good football team. I don't think they're a 1 or 2, but
Number 12,
in a conference with a lot of parity, it's possible that we're going to see.
And Tonelli was on there too.
It's possible we're going to see almost anybody there. Here's an 8-yard gain on that little pass play that you just witnessed, everybody. Sergio Villalba on the receiving end as the Yellow Jackets get there. Jake Esparza finished him off after the initial hit by Franco Harris. The ball at the Yellow Jacket 13-yard line. First down, Sholo. They've got the starters out there. 5:18 on the clock here in the third period. Walker. And the Yellow Jackets were coming all the way off the edges here, expecting, as you might at this point, that Sholo is going to keep the ball on the ground. And the tackle made by Jay Spartan as he came unfettered off of that right edge, and slow in getting up is Franco Harris. Cannot afford to lose this guy. 3-yard gain that last play.
Now he came in on the run blitz, just missed Walker right there. I think he just kind of hit the ground a little hard, and he'll get back in the position, get ready to play. I think he's a little frustrated.
2nd down and 7. I formation. Hand it off. And that's Jet Walker going to the left side. And it's fumbled. The ball fumbled and recovered by the Yellow Jackets. Jay Spartan gets on top of it after what was going to be a 4-yard gain for Walker. Somebody ripped it out of his hands.
1st and 10, Blue Ridge.
We used to call that the crossbuck, that play there. And Jay Spartan with the tackle, and he's able to dislodge it. I just took it away from him, Byron. Look at this. He just said, you know what, I'll have that.
One of the rare mistakes of the Cougars here tonight, and nice job by Barton right there. Just grabbing for it and getting it and pulling it out of the arms of Walker, the freshman. Blue Ridge takes over.
And you know what? They took over, and now a running clock here in the second half, 3:43 remaining in the third quarter. This game is going to end in a hurry, actually. Here's a give up the middle. Seth Slaughter gets dropped for a loss on the play. 2 yards, the loss.
That's Marcus Henderson right there just coming through, waiting for Sergeant Slaughter, and then has his own imitation of Slaughter.
Two-yard loss there, 2nd down and 12. Shotgun, standing right on the goal line is Luke Berlin. Berlin flushed out. He escapes a couple of defenders. Here's a guy who doesn't very often run the ball. And you know what? He might have lost yards on that last play. I think he did, Byron. Well, the line of scrimmage was the 5, I guess. He got right back to the line of scrimmage. Well, look at that. Luke Berlin doing things that Luke Berlin doesn't do very often, which is evading tacklers. No gain on the play. 3rd down and 12. Esparza splits way out on the left side. Is that a legal formation? Having a hard time figuring out if they've got enough guys on the line of scrimmage. Here's a pass caught by Seth Slaughter. He is out to the 12-yard line.
Complete to number 21.
So a gain of 7 on this one to Seth. Brings up 4th down for the Jackets. 4th and 5. They're going to have to surrender the football to the Show Low Cougars.
Yeah, nice job right there by Blue Ridge, getting a little positive yardage here deep in their own territory after that turnover, but not quite enough for a first down.
1:45 on the clock. It's ticking down. Running clock here in the second half now with a 40-point or better lead sustained by the Show Low Cougars. 4th down and 5. Byron, are you aware of who the top team in Arizona is right now? The team that is, obviously it's all subjective. We see Blue Ridge take a timeout right here with 1:25 left in the third period. 50-0
7. 50-7 our score. Sholo in front of Blue Ridge here on the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week, presented by Hatch Toyota. You're listening across the White Mountains on the Sports Zone Radio home for the best coverage on radio. That's Mix 98 KRFM Sholo. Byron, don't go to your phone and start Googling. Who do you think is the top team? Top team. Don't be going to that thing. Who do you think is the top team in Arizona? All levels. Consider. Obviously, it's subjective. Consider the top team this year.
It's probably either going to be Chandler or Saguaro.
That would be a go-to guess for sure. Chandler considered the second best team in Arizona this year. Team that's considered the top team, Basha. Basha considered
by who? By whom?
Considered by the people in the know. I don't know.
Nah, I don't.
The experts, Byron, the experts out there say.
Huh. Very, very interesting.
Is that sketchy? Is that sketchy?
I think it's a little sketchy.
Is it suspicious?
It is.
All right. Let's see what the Yellow Jackets are going to do. They are going to run the punter out there. And that's a different punter. That is not Franco Harris's. Franco might be hurt. And that ball is going to be downed at the Yellow Jacket 42-yard line.
Either he's hurt or they finally decided to give him a play off as much as he's out there almost every play. And look, going up against the offensive line of the Cougars, play in, play out, and on the blitz that you've been doing, you got to take a break at some point, and I think why not as the punter?
Well, I hope he's okay. The Yellow Jackets cannot afford to lose Franco Harris.
He's back out there.
Okay, he's out there in the middle of that defense. First down for the Cougars at the Jackets' 42-yard line, closing out the third quarter. They'll run this and one more play, unless they decide to speed the tempo up a little bit, but they can finish the half. We got a new quarterback. That's Ray Pedraza. And he gives it to Carson Cooper. Remember, Carson was slow in getting up earlier after that long kick return that he had. But he looks okay here now. He gets a 0 gain on that play as the middle of that defense, including Franco Harris, get there to make the stop. We've got 30 seconds remaining here in the third quarter.
Yeah, they're going to have to run one more play. Sholo will before the end of this quarter. But, yeah, take out Nash Brewer. Put Pedraza back in at quarterback. No chance of trying to get people hurt.
Here's the handoff, and that'll be a great job defensively by the Yellow Jackets. Who is that young number 60 in the middle of that? And we see the time tick off here in the third quarter. We're gonna be heading off to the fourth quarter. Great play right up the middle of that defense. A young man who does not appear on any roster that I have. But that's par for the course. The Yellow Jackets, very sneaky with their roster numbers. 50-7, Sholo in front of Blue Ridge as we head out for a word in from our presenting sponsors of the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week. That's Hatch Toyota. We're back right after this, everybody. Stand by.
Want a little extra cash? Purchase any new or pre-owned vehicle in stock and enter Hatch Toyota's Money Machine. Catch as much money as possible. Buy holiday gifts or pay off bills. No strings. What you catch, you keep. Hatch Toyota brings more Kelley Blue Book Best Buys than any other manufacturer. We're the largest volume dealer in northern Arizona, so we have a great in-stock selection of new and pre-owned, and more new Toyotas on the way. Hatch Toyota has finance partners that work with credit problems too. Come in for a confidential report and let our finance specialists help you understand what your options really are. For a limited time, purchase any new or pre-owned vehicle from inventory and get to enter into Hatch Toyota's Money Machine. Catch as much money as you can. Hatch Toyota in the Northern Arizona Auto Mall in Sholo and HatchToyota.com. Keeping the White Mountains rolling for 32 years. Come to the dealership that supports your community.
Well, to start the fourth quarter, that's Ray Pedraza taking a snap, trying to do his best Nash Brewer impersonation. It didn't quite work out like it does for Nash most of the time. -5 as the Yellow Jackets bring the house on that play. You know, Byron, I'm looking around out there. I think that Blue Ridge has subbed in a number of guys. I could be wrong about that. The defensive backfield is the same, and we're going to get a punt from Sholo now on 4th down and 18.
Brewers' kick is not fielded cleanly on the run there, but it looks like after muffing it, it looked like Esparza got on top of it.
Jackets, first down.
Yep.
Yeah, just nothing going right for the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets right there on a punt. Jake Esparza comes up and just unable to catch it cleanly and almost turns the ball over, but fortunately for the Yellow Jackets, they maintain possession.
They've got the football 50-7. Sholo in front of Blue Ridge. Fourth quarter underway now on the Sports on Radio Game of the Week. It's presented by Hatch Toyota. Floyd and Byron in the broadcast booth as the Yellow Jackets jump early but get no flag for it and take the ball out to the 25-yard line. 2-yard gain for Jace Barton. Let me introduce our entire broadcast team here. So get this fourth quarter underway. Our producer, of course, on our video production, that's Derek Simmons. Our technical director in this one, and you see his head there sticking out the window, or kind of sticking out and waving at you. That's Fernando Quintana. And Fernando has really worked into being a tremendous technical director. And up there on the camera there, that's Sean Ulvestad. Sean. He's 6'14", Myron. He's a big guy. 6'14".
6'14",
and 414 pounds. And then there's us right there. That's me, Floyd. And right here, the lovely Sonia Simmons. Can I give you a radio kiss, Sonia? Can I? Look at that, a kiss on radio. Can you beat it? That is how romantic I am, Byron Brown. That is how romantic I am.
We had a penalty. Guess what? We had a penalty. Whoa! What is that?
That's Derek Simmons blowing up your TV screen right there. Whoa!
That is as bad as the penalty flags again for Sholo.
Yeah.
They got another flag.
Monstrous, right? Monstrous. First down after another Sholo penalty. They marked off 10 yards. Throw downfield, incomplete over the head of Jake Esparza. It's first down for the Yellow Jackets at their own 40-yard line. And by the way, I want to throw a shout out there to my friend, personal friend, Rod Genk. Rod Genk, who is Easton Pena's father, his dad. And Rod is in Dallas right now watching the game, watching the broadcast, watching Easton and the rest of those Show Cougars have a great night here tonight at Blue Ridge. A little scissors inside reverse in the backfield. Seth Slaughter has it. He is out for a 5-yard gain to the 45-yard line.
You know, Floyd, here we are. Running clock, 9 minutes left in the fourth quarter. We got to start making that decision, right? Who's going to be the Sports Zone Player of the Game, presented by White Mountain Regional Medical Center?
Yeah, we're going to have to get to that. That's for sure.
I mean, I don't know. There's a few names.
It's a horse race in this one, yeah. I think you mentioned first maybe the freshman, Jet Walker. What a game for the freshman who, by the way, has made it very clear tonight. He is going to win the Sports Zone Radio Player of the Game a number of times in the years that will follow. He is a special talent, isn't he?
Yes, he is. Just a freshman.
His dad is Jerry Walker. Jerry Walker's a friend of mine. We see a 5-yard penalty mark off against Blue Ridge. Third down and 10 now. And they're going to run the wheel. And that's just underthrown and almost intercepted. Contact made early by the receiver, Seth Slaughter, on the defender, who does not appear on my roster. So an incomplete pass. Seth Slaughter. And again, way underthrown. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if it's a grip issue, what's going on, but Slaughter had a step on the defender down that sideline.
Well, you saw that
get to him.
Luke right there kind of double pumped, right? Pumped once and then went back. I think he wanted to throw. Again, I don't know, is it the quarterback misreading or is it the receiver running the wrong route, but right there pumped back?
I think he ran the right route. That was a wheel route the whole time, the whole way. And if it wasn't supposed to be, I'll guarantee you this. Luke had enough time to see the route. Now he's going to throw another one. Just throw it up in the air toward that sideline. And this time it's picked off by that number Quattro on the right sideline. Well, same vicinity, same two guys battling for it, and the interception as Sholo takes it away. I was mentioning, as we see the change of possession with 7:16 on the clock, and the clock still counting down, Jerry Walker is the father of Jet Walker, and Jerry is a friend, a great dude, great guy. And he and I talk a little bit from time to time about, hey, look at that. There's Derek's wife and kids and mother-in-law right there, Annette. And there's mom. There's
Melissa, and young Gunner, who will someday be a Sports on Radio player of the game. I can guarantee it. He may not be very good, but I guarantee he's going to win the award someday, okay? Whether he's good or bad or whatever, you're going to win it. No. I'm only kidding. Ball changes possession here. The Cougars going to get it. They got a bunch of young guys out there on the field now, and they're going to gain a yard to the 50-yard line. It will be second down from that spot. But I was talking to Jerry about Jet. He really is he's a prodigy, this young player. And I was mentioning how well I thought he did in that Round Valley game the other day. And Jerry said to me what he's always said about his kids. He says, well, they didn't get it from me. He says they got it from their mom. So we'll let him have that. How's that?
All right, we'll do that. That was Aiden Neese with that carry on that last play.
Okay, possession changed hands here as we get a
21.
Is that a 3-yard gain? Yeah, that'll be a 3-yard gain on that play. Byron, possession began for Sholo at their own 49-yard line on that last play. And it just on that side of midfield, every possession of the second half to that point started on the Blue Ridge side, whether it was I'm checking to confirm that, yeah. Every single possession, whether it was a Sholo possession or a Blue Ridge possession, began on the Sholo half of the field every single time in the second half till that one at the 49-yard line. Do you want to go ahead and proclaim this a dominating performance?
Pretty much.
By Sholo?
Absolutely.
There's Noah Chi meeting the ball carrier in the backfield, dumping in for a loss. Who was that young man who's coming in?
That was Lucas Webb.
Getting those carries.
Lucas Webb with the carry right there.
Well, Lucas ends up losing a yard on the play on that one. Time running out fast here. 4:47 with the running clock. 4:47 remaining here at 9:15 p.m. on a Friday night. Well, Byron, my friend Jerry Walker saying things may or may not be true about his situation, that the real physical and athletic talent in that family came from his wife's side. Well, the same thing to be said in your family, where your son Cody Brown, who, by the way, does work with you on some of our broadcasts, and Cody is a great baseball player, tremendous pitcher, plays collegiate baseball. And I can promise you, after having played many years of men's softball with you back in the day, I promise you that the talent there for Cody also came from his mother's side of the family.
It skipped a generation on my side. How's that? It went from Cody's grandfather to him.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So Clint was a pretty good baseball player?
Baseball, football player, yes.
Okay. Well, I've never known that side of Clint. I met your father a number of times. I know your dad, and I didn't realize that he was the prodigious athlete that you're describing. Here's a pass completed to Elam Antonelli, who had a first down and then ran back the other way. Ends up losing a couple and he gets an 8-yard gain on this. Look at this. I believe he had the first down, and he was trying to make something out of it. I don't want to. There it was, first down right there, and then he's going to go back the other direction. He's trying to get around the defender there.
And how many times have you seen that, not just at the high school level, but at college level, right? Receiver gets the ball, and then he tries to make that big play, and he goes across the line, across the field, and then he ends up losing yardage instead of getting the first down.
Happens a lot. Second down and a couple for the Yellow Jackets. Bobbled snap picked up by Berlin. He's got the completed pass for a first down. And that's Seth Slaughter. Turns it up, protects the ball, and Slaughter gains about 12 yards on that play out to the 40-yard line as we fast running out of time here. Start thinking about the Sports Zone Radio player of the game. Guys, start thinking about who is going to get that designation in this one tonight. You see the nice run after catch by Slaughter. Hey, Byron, how about the LA Dodgers setting a franchise record 111 wins for the team this year?
111, you got to love it.
And they're going to go to the playoffs starting on Tuesday. Throw downfield, little hand checking a ball out of bounds, incomplete to stop the clock. Nope, won't stop the clock except inside the final minute here of the half.
Let me ask you about the baseball, Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
How do you feel about reseeding? They play the first-round games and then they reseed.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. I have no problem with it.
They should do that, right?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
I mean, here you are, the Dodgers, and yet moving forward, you could play the Padres or the Mets in the next round, and then the Braves, who are second, may end up with with the Phillies.
Yeah. I think the Dodgers have earned the right to play the Phillies, don't you? As we see an incomplete pass again. That's going to bring up 4th down and 10. 4th down and 10 coming up for the Yellow Jackets, or is it just 3rd down? I guess I jumped the gun on that. 3rd down. Straight ahead for that young freshman quarterback and his team. Well, Luke has been a little bit guilty of the underthrow kind of all day today, and trying to help him out a little bit right here, because I've seen him be spot on so much of the time this year. I think it's got to be a grip issue. I think maybe it's a wet football, soggy field thing. It did rain earlier today. I don't know. Thank goodness though it didn't. It hasn't rained during the game itself. Pass caught by Seth Slaughter. Slaughter ends up with a 7-yard reception on this, and short of the first down. 4th down and 3 coming up. The Yellow Jackets have to get to the 50, but doesn't really matter a whole lot. We got 45 seconds remaining in this one.
Well, for the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets, look, you cannot let Sholo defeat you next week. You play Monument Valley on the road, and you need to stay in second place if you want to get to the playoffs. So you cannot allow this loss to the Cougars affect you going into next week.
There's an 8-yard gain to Seth Slaughter. The Yellow Jackets will run, I think, one more play. They have time to run more than that, but I think we'll see one more play out of the Yellow Jackets. Unless it's incomplete, because that's going to stop the clock. 6 seconds left. Throw it deep. Heave it down the field. Intercepted.
Ball intercepted.
Intercepted.
And
Sholo takes it away. Bryce Adams on the end of that one. And that'll be the last gasp.
That was intended for number 5.
The last gasp in this one for the Yellow Jackets. 1 second remains. And the Sholo Cougars are going to have to snap the ball.
Good coverage right there by Bryce Adams. Coming up with an INT, and, if you're the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets, you're just trying for one desperation play right there. If it becomes intercepted, that's fine. You could deal with it, but tight coverage by the Cougars. Even in this game where they're up 50-7.
The ball is going to belong to the Cougars at their own 10-yard line. Doesn't really matter where it's at. I don't expect them to do anything but snap it, take a knee, get out of here, and celebrate a victory over the Yellow Jackets. And in one of the most dominating finishes, maybe the most dominating finish for a Sholo win over Blue Ridge in their history, because I don't remember one that comes really very close to this outcome, 43 points difference. Score 50 against the Yellow Jackets. I don't know how many times Sholo's ever scored 50 against Blue Ridge, but it hadn't happened very many times. And an impressive turnout by the Cougars. They're going to win 50-7 here. In this one, they will be all alone in first place with an overall record of 6-1.
That's the ball.
Or was it 7-1? Yeah, 7-1, right? Overall record of 7-1 for the Cougars.
Final score.
And in region play, they are going to move to now 4-0 in the region. Nice victory. Impressive. And just call it what it is. Dominating win for the Cougars tonight.
Yeah, big victory for the Sholo Cougars here tonight over their arch rival, the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets, as both teams came in undefeated in region play. Both tied at the top spot, but Sholo in dominating fashion here at Paul Moro Stadium was able to take care of business with a big win, 50-7, to move into first place in the 3A Northeast region and knock Blue Ridge down from the undefeateds to a tie for second place.
Certainly did that. And before I take the break, I want to remind you of next week's Game of the Week broadcast. That's at Snowflake High School. How about this one? Biggest game in the entire state next week, in my opinion. Biggest game at any level. Next week, a 4A showdown between the Snowflake Lobos and the American Leadership Academy of Gilbert North Eagles. Randy Reisdorf coming to town next week, and the fireworks are going to be on literally. They shoot off a lot of fireworks at Snowflake High School, and next week, that's what we get to bring you. Okay? Hey, post-game wrap-up on the way. The Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week is in the books. 50-7, Sholo beats Blue Ridge. The Sports Zone Radio Player of the Game will be announced here in a moment. That's presented by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. We're going to get to that next. Do our post-game festivities from Blue Ridge High School right after these words. Don't go anywhere.
At Hatch Toyota in Sholo, it's a great time to buy a new in-stock Toyota or quality late model low mileage car, truck, or SUV. We've made it twice as nice to buy at Hatch Toyota in the Northern Arizona Auto Mall. At Hatch Toyota, we'll double your down payment up to $2,000 on any new in-stock Toyota or pre-owned vehicle. That means your payment can be hundreds less than anywhere else. Put $1,000 down. Hatch Toyota says double it to $2,000 down. Put $2,000 down. Hatch Toyota says double it to $4,000. Every vehicle will cost less per month if you buy now. Hatch Toyota will double your down payment up to $2,000 on any in-stock new Toyota or pre-owned vehicle. Get a vehicle and keep your payments low, really low.
Hi, this is Chaz Hatch. Get our statewide low price guarantee on every new Toyota. Find out more at hatchtoyota.com or visit us today at the Northern Arizona Auto Mall in Sholo.
At Hatch Toyota in Sholo, it's a great time to buy a new in-stock Toyota or quality late model low mileage car, truck, or SUV. We've made it twice as nice to buy at Hatch Toyota in the Northern Arizona Auto Mall. At Hatch Toyota, we'll double your down payment up to $2,000 on any new in-stock Toyota or pre-owned vehicle. That means your payment can be hundreds less than anywhere else. Put $1,000 down. Hatch Toyota says double it to $2,000 down. Put $2,000 down. Hatch Toyota says double it to $4,000. Every vehicle will cost less per month if you buy now. Hatch Toyota will double your down payment up to $2,000 on any in-stock new Toyota or pre-owned vehicle. Get a vehicle and keep your payments low, really low.
Hi, this is Chaz Hatch. Get our statewide low price guarantee on every new Toyota. Find out more at hatchtoyota.com or visit us today at the Northern Arizona Auto Mall in Sholo.
The team at Beeman Well Drilling is like a great football team. They work hard, they work as a team, and they play to win. Their reputation is second to none, and they proudly call the White Mountains their home, even though they complete projects throughout the entire southwestern United States and beyond. No project is too big or too small for Beeman Well Drilling, so when the time comes for you to punch a hole in the ground, remember the White Mountains' top well drilling team, Beeman Well Drilling. Call anytime, 928-205-7647. Go deep with Beeman Well Drilling.
Imagine this, a professional healthcare partner that's concerned about you, your choices, your health, your safety. At White Mountain Regional Medical Center in Springerville, choice and elevating your healthcare experience is the mission of our new CEO, experienced physicians, and friendly staff. Whether you need a rapid COVID-19 test, a vaccination, or you're looking to utilize the newest MRI, CT scan, or nuclear medicine technology, White Mountain Regional Medical Center, located in Springerville, is your healthcare partner when choices matter.
Well, hey, everybody, welcome back in to our broadcast location at Blue Ridge High School, Paul Moro Stadium, where tonight they honored another one of their coaches for many years. Frank Girardi coached here. Frank also played at Blue Ridge High School, and he wore that number 41, which is now being worn by senior Jake Esparza. Him and his family very close to the Girardis. Frank Girardi was lost this past year, tragically died in a motorcycle accident, and he was honored tonight by the Blue Ridge Unified School District at halftime. There was quite a gathering down there. They did a great job with that. A lot of family and friends. And that was a part of our evening tonight here on this Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week broadcast. It is presented by Hatch Toyota. On to our postgame wrap-up, Floyd Simmons, B-Squared Byron Brown. And down on the field is Derek Simmons. Derek is going to help us do a little test on the See, there it is. There's that microphone is just, who knows what's going on with that microphone. You know what I'm saying, Byron?
I know what you're saying.
Can you hear that?
Yeah, that's
bad boy.
That's like basically driving a 1970s truck that has that radio, and all you can get is the static, and you can't even really listen to any music.
Byron, whoa! It gets worse when you do that, doesn't it?
It does.
Byron, what would you so far, Derek? It looks like any post-game interview is going to have to be done up in the booth. I'm going to try one more little thing to see if we can get that done. But Byron, what would you know about a 1970s truck? You kidding me?
Well, I've seen you drive yours around long enough.
Yeah, well,
to know that that's probably what the sound is.
Derek, I just don't think we have any possible way of working that, getting that wireless sideline mic to work. We're going to have to try something else. And we'll mention this to you. If we get an opportunity, we're going to speak to a couple of those young heroes on that Sholo side. We're not going to talk to the Sports on Radio's player of the game in this one tonight, because the young man that gets that is going to get that a number of times over the years that will follow here. There's just no way we're going to not give it to Jet Walker a number of times in the future. That young man had a ball game tonight. Jet Walker, 14 carries, 109 yards, and 2 touchdowns in this one tonight. He is the Sports on Radio's player of the game. And Byron, he's just a freshman.
Just a freshman. Yes. As you mentioned, he's going to get plenty of these awards later on throughout his career, and it starts off tonight against the rival Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets in a tremendous first half that he had.
So we're not going to talk to Jet tonight, okay? We are going to speak to Gage Reedhead, and also we're going to talk to Carson Cooper if we get an opportunity to speak to those young men. They both also had great games tonight, and really you could make an argument that you could have given the award to either one of those guys tonight for the Show Low Cougars. So that's who we'll speak to, and it looks like it's going to have to happen up here in the broadcast booth because we can't get that wireless microphone to cooperate. I'm going to run through the scoring as quickly as I can. Gage Reedhead, who we think we're going to talk to, he opened up the scoring with an interception return for touchdown on the very first Blue Ridge Yellow Jacket play from scrimmage tonight. The kick was good to make it 7-0. Sholo got in front to start the game. The Cougars would get the ball back shortly after forcing a Blue Ridge punt and complete a 5-play touchdown drive that took 76 yards to get into the end zone. Jet Walker finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. This is back in the first quarter at the 8:21 mark. Sholo had a 14-0 lead. The Cougars would score again, this time with just 1:24 remaining in the first quarter. Carson Cooper on a 41-yard touchdown run, and the point after made it 21-0 Sholo in front. The Yellow Jackets would finally score with 10:32 on the clock in the second quarter. A 57-yard drive capped off by a Jay Spartan 6-yard touchdown run that came with, again, 10:32 on the clock in the second quarter. The point after kick was good. Sholo led 28-7. That was the halftime scores. It was 21-7. Sholo led Blue Ridge. Sholo would score one more time in that first half. Jet Walker, a 3-yard touchdown run that came with just 11 seconds remaining in the first half. And Sholo led 28-7. In the second half, the scoring began very quickly. Sholo would mercifully not score more than just 3 times, but I think could have played most of the second half on the Blue Ridge half of the field, on the Blue Ridge half of the 50. Almost all of the second half was played in Blue Ridge territory. And the Yellow Jackets just could not muster up hardly any offense at all, and Sholo took advantage of 4 or 5 disastrous individual moments for the Yellow Jackets in the first couple of minutes of the second half. Byron, it seems like every time we turned around, something was happening. They were fumbling. They were missing tackles. They threw an interception. Just time and again to start the second half, the Yellow Jackets were shooting themselves in the foot.
Well, I believe the Show Low Cougars had 3 possessions within the first 8 seconds of the third quarter. So, the quarters are 12 minutes, and I believe Sholo had their third possession of the game with 10:54 left in the third quarter. So that kind of tells you exactly how fast and how quickly they dominated that third quarter.
You're absolutely right about that, Byron. In fact, Sholo scored their third touchdown of the second half with 10:54 on the clock in the third quarter. Yeah, again, their third touchdown inside of a minute and 6 seconds.
You're not going to win many ball games when you allow the opposing team to do that.
It was a dominant performance tonight by Sholo. Those 3 second-half touchdowns, by the way, Ray Pedraza, a 25-yard touchdown run on the first play from scrimmage of the second half. That after a great kickoff return, a little reverse, Carson Cooper took it down to the 25-yard line, and then Pedraza ran it in from that point, make it 35-7 Sholo. There was a snap over the punter's head on the next Blue Ridge possession. The ball was down at the 1-yard line. Then Nash Brewer ran it in on the very first play in that sequence. Brewer, a 1-yard quarterback sneak for touchdown. The 2-point conversion made it 43-7 Sholo. And then they got it right back on a fumbled kickoff return. Blue Ridge fumbled the kickoff return. Sholo got it at the Blue Ridge 44-yard line. And then after an incomplete pass and a loss of 1 yard, Nash Brewer ran the ball into pay dirt. Took it in for a 45-yard touchdown run. And the kick was good. Sholo 50, Blue Ridge 7. That is all the scoring for the second half. But it could have been even worse than that, I think. I think if Sholo had intended to, they could have done more than what they did. But there's your scoring. Wow, Byron, wow. I don't know what else to say.
Well, there's not much to say except that it was just a dominating performance by the Cougars, and I myself and my color commentator Cody Brown, we've done many Sholo games this year, and we've talked about how each game we call that the Sholo Cougars have dominated the opponent in all three facets of the game, and again here tonight. You have seen it offensively, defensively, on special teams. They seem to get it done. And look, first series, the second, maybe third play of the game, the Sholo defense steps up. They disguise the coverage. Looks like zone. It looks like man, but Gage Reedhead goes into his zone, picks off Luke Berlin, and takes it to the end zone, and that's just the start of the game for the Sholo Cougars and what it would be for the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets here tonight. It'd be a long night for the Yellow Jackets, and even on that touchdown return off the interception, a theme for the night, not just on turnovers, but how about the lack of tackling? I mean, they had him tackled before the end zone, but they went for the ball instead of tackling him and maybe trying to get the turnover, and he just waltzed in, Gage Reedhead did, for the touchdown. And that set the momentum all night long for Blue Ridge. Missed tackles after missed tackles here tonight.
The Ray Pedraza touchdown, the 25-yard run, there were 3 chances to make the tackle. I know the last one you feel like, well, he's in the end zone pretty much at that point. But you still tackle him, okay? I mean, you got a shot on him at about the 1 or 2 yard line. You still tackle that guy. And that was, I thought, a very telling moment right there. And it wasn't telling us very many good things. So there's that. Byron, I'm going to let you check on out of here, okay? I know that you've got some hot cocoa waiting back at home and some fuzzy slippers.
Absolutely.
And it's going to be, you'll probably have some chamomile something or other, whatever chamomile is.
Lavender. Some lavender bubble bath right there. Wait for me.
So we're gonna let you get out of here in your 1970s pickup truck there, and we'll catch you again real soon down the road. The next 2 weeks you're off, right?
Yeah, I believe so. And yep, I just want to thank everybody for listening, and hope you have a safe trip. God's peace, God's love to everybody.
All right, Byron Brown right there, everybody. Final score 50-7. Sholo beat Blue Ridge. We'll continue our postgame wrap-up. We got a couple of victims to join us on our postgame here in just a bit, and we'll get to these young men. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere, people. We'll continue our postgame from Paul Moro Stadium on the campus of Blue Ridge High School, and we'll be back in just a couple of minutes.
The team at Beam & Will Drilling is like a great football team. They work hard, they work as a team, and they play to win. Their reputation is second to none, and they proudly call the White Mountains their home, even though they complete projects throughout the entire southwestern United States and beyond. No project is too big or too small for Beeman Well Drilling, so when the time comes for you to punch a hole in the ground, remember the White Mountains' top well drilling team, Beeman Well Drilling. Call anytime, 928-205-7647. Go deep with Beeman Well Drilling.
Yeehaw! This month, the experts at Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint are giving you a farm experience like no other. When you have your insured windshield replaced, you get 2 delicious dinners, 2 movie tickets, and this month you also get 2 tickets to the Willis Farm.
Haunted, corn maze, barnyard apocalypse.
Plus, you know everyone on the farm loves country music, so this month we're giving away 2 sets of premium concert tickets. One to see Carrie Underwood and another set to see the Zac Brown Band, both live in Phoenix. It's Farm Month. Get great Mexican food, a night at the movies, 2 tickets to the haunted barnyard apocalypse at the Willis Farm in Snowflake, and your chance at seeing Carrie Underwood and the Zac Brown Band in concert.
536-597 Mountain Mobile Auto Glass Cashback. Woohoo!
Hi, everybody. This is Sports Zone Radio's Floyd Simmons. Here at the Sports Zone, we are proud to offer award-winning sports coverage. We spend countless hours and miles on the road for our digital radio broadcasts, live video productions, and exhausting hours editing the best video content in the market. If you're a coach or athletic director, talk to us about shooting your school or team's photography. I guarantee you, no one will work harder to do it better. Contact us for pricing and samples. The number to call is 928-358-7905. That's 928-358-7905.
Hey, welcome back in, everybody. Welcome to our broadcast location at Blue Ridge High School, the site of tonight's Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week, presented by Hatch Toyota, part of the Friday Night Football Show, and a big one tonight as the Show Low Cougars now take over sole possession of first place in the 3A Northeast region on the way to what I would believe is going to be a region championship eventually for this team. An automatic bid into the playoffs, but they're not going to need the help of that to get into the playoffs. They're going to rank very high at the end of the season. Who knows? Could be as high as the number 1 team in 3A football once the playoffs begin. A lot is going to be done between now and that point for some other teams in particular, and for the Cougars. We wish them the very best in their effort to not just win the region, but finish strong in the 3A conference this year. Going to shoot some video, everybody. Here, let's do this. Let's go ahead now. I'll give you a moment to go ahead and lay that down so we don't end up with a bad issue. We got a couple of guys to join us in the booth here in just a moment. Gage Reedhead will be with us from the Sholo Cougars. His teammate Carson Cooper are going to join us as well. These 2 guys found the end zone tonight, and what was a terrific, dominating performance, a rout today for the Sholo Cougars. You're looking at those watching on screen, watching some of those highlights from this one tonight, and those highlights considerably favoring the Yellow Jackets here the Cougars in a victory over the Yellow Jackets. While we wait to get rolling with some video, let me just mention in terms of the overall the numbers, the Sholo Cougars racked up 391 yards of total offense and 11 first downs in this one. 22 minutes, 31 seconds time of possession for the team. Sholo rushed for 298, and they threw the ball for 93 yards in a victory tonight over Blue Ridge. They were sacked twice, penalized 14 times for 122 yards. Only 1 penalty after halftime, though. That's the key. 13 first-half penalties on Sholo. And they limited that, again, to 1 penalty in the first half. At least that's what our numbers are showing. Nash Brewer, 6 of 9 for 93 yards. That's 67% completions. He completed those passes to the likes of Carson Cooper, 1 catch for 41 yards. Gage Reed had 2 catches for 25 yards. Colton Tidwell, 1 catch for 18 yards. Ray Pedraza caught 1 pass for 1 single yard. Jet Walker led the ground game, 14 carries, 109 yards, 2 touchdowns. Ray Pedraza, 4 carries for 63 yards. Nash Brewer, 7 carries for 62. Carson Cooper, 4 carries for 61. A lot of guys piled up there in the low 60s. And Brewer had 2 touchdowns rushing. Carson Cooper had a touchdown rushing as well today in the game. Let's shoot some video.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back into Blue Ridge High School for tonight's Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week broadcast. It's brought to you by Hatch Toyota. Welcome as we break it down for you on a dominating Show Low Cougar victory over Blue Ridge tonight. 50-7 was the final score, and I'm going to get ready to talk to one of the heroes tonight for the Cougars, but I want to mention this. How about this in terms of just kind of a snapshot of how dominating it was for Sholo? In the first minute and 6 seconds of the second half, Sholo scored 3 touchdowns in that time frame. 3 touchdowns in a minute, 6 seconds on the way to a 50-7 victory tonight. The Sports Zone Radio's player of the game is not joining us on this one tonight. As a freshman, Jet Walker, who rushed for over 100 yards and a couple of touchdowns, he was the player of the game for us tonight in the victory for Sholo, and he's a special athlete. He is a prodigy. He is going to be around for a long time. We're going to interview him a lot over the next 3 years here at Sports Zone Radio. So we're going to let Jet get ready and start to learn the ropes, and that freshman will have his opportunities. But the two guys that are going to join us and talk in our postgame, we could have easily honored them as well as Sports Zone Radio Players of the Game, which is presented by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. And here's one of them right here. He's the guy that got all the scoring started tonight on the first Blue Ridge offensive play of the game. They threw the ball to the wrong guy. They threw it to number 44 on the Sholo defense. That's Gage Reedhead. And all he did was pick it off, take it down the sideline, and carry the defenders, pretty much carry them into the end zone for the final 5 or 8 yards of that run. And that started the snowball rolling down the hill. A touchdown for this young man right here, Gage Reedhead. Gage, congratulations on the win, and what a great performance by your team.
Thank you.
So how did it feel? Listen, you're a senior. How many years have you been competing against Blue Ridge? How far back does it go for you?
I mean, since like second grade, we were butting heads,
All that time. How many times can you remember? Do you have any idea how many times your teams beat them head-to-head in games that you played in?
I don't know. Count off the top of my
more than
head.
You lost?
I think so, actually.
Yeah. Okay. I'm sure some healthy competition at times in the past. But tonight, your senior year, last time ever to play them, and you play them on their field tonight here at Blue Ridge. How satisfying is this win for you?
It's awesome, man. Like, there's really nothing to explain it, I guess.
You can't put it in words.
Correct.
Okay. And it was from the very beginning. So you want to walk us through the touchdown, the interception. You scored also on a touchdown. You had a touchdown reception as well, if I'm not mistaken, in this one today. No, I guess I was wrong about that. Close. But you opened up the scoring on the interception return. Talk about it.
I mean, we knew it was a young quarterback, and we knew that he was going to look at his receiver that he wanted to throw to. He didn't really have anybody to pick off of, and so I just dropped back in my zone and then saw him staring down that number 2 receiver, and I was just in the right spot, right time, I guess.
Yeah, so you have the ball, you're returning it, you can see the end zone out in front of you, and now contact gets made. I don't know, you're at the 6 or 8 yard line, you start getting guys mobbing you, and you wouldn't go down. You refused to go down, right?
I mean, when you're that close, you can't.
You can't give up on it for sure. Talk about the rest of the performance by the team. You heard me mentioning a moment ago that the Cougars, your team, you scored 3 touchdowns in the first minute and 6 seconds of the second half. In a game where you dominated, did that surprise you that you were able to do what you guys did as a team in that moment?
Yeah, we were just so fired up, and like there's no words for being on a high school football team. There's just the emotions run wild, and it's just crazy the first quarter of the game how hyped up everybody is.
Was there any concern or worry at all? There's a couple of key injuries your team suffered. Ryan Kishbaugh didn't play except the first play. Yeah. And I would imagine that's because he wanted to be on the field for at least a play right against Blue Ridge, his last chance ever to play.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. And unless you get to play Blue Ridge in the playoffs, that'll be the last time, right? Mm-hmm. And it won't be here if you do play them in the playoffs. It's not going to be on this field. It'll be somewhere else.
Yes, sir.
It'll be down there at your field.
Yep.
How about Colton Cloyd as well, right? I mean, I don't think Colton played tonight.
No, sir. I mean, those are 2 of my best friends, and it sucks to see them out for their senior season so far anyways, but I know they're going to come back.
You could use them back, right?
Yes, sir.
Didn't need them tonight, but you're gonna want them back when when it starts to really get hectic around playoff time.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, Gage, listen, thanks for spending some time with us. A big win for you.
It's got to feel just extra special.
Yeah, it's awesome. The rivalry's been going on for a while.
Finish up this way. Now you're in first place in the region as well, all by yourselves.
Yes, sir.
All right, congratulations, and good luck down the road, okay?
Thank you.
All right, Gage Reedhead, one of the seniors on this team, plays defensive back, plays wide receiver as well, and this guy right here, he scored that first touchdown of the game, got the first points of this one, and he ends up joining us in our post-game wrap-up, that's for sure. Final score again, 50-7. Sholo takes down the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets. The Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week is presented by Hatch Toyota. And, folks, we're going to continue on here from Blue Ridge High School. Shoot some more video, get some more highlights packages out there for you, and let's talk to another senior. We're back here at Blue Ridge High School, everybody, and an impressive win. A dominating win tonight for the Show Low Cougars. 50-7, the final, as they take down the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets. And they do it right here at Paul Moro Stadium. And it's a game, it's a finish that I'm not quite sure in the history of this rivalry. I'm not sure there's ever been a game quite like this where Sholo dominated in this way. I don't know how many times Sholo's ever scored 50 against the Yellow Jackets and beat them by 43, but I'm sure that you could count it on one hand or less. I don't know. It hadn't happened very often. What an impressive turnout by the Show Low Cougars, and this guy was all a part of it. He scores a touchdown rushing on the ground. I think he had a great second-half kick return to start that second half. That started a real snowball effect for the Cougars, and this guy's name is Carson Cooper. He does it on offense. He does it on defense, and he helped his team do it tonight, 50-7, the final. Carson, congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Okay, I asked your teammate Gage Reedhead how it felt. This is your last chance ever to play Blue Ridge. You might get him in the playoffs, but last chance to play Blue Ridge here on this field. What was it like?
It felt really good. Our coach was just hyping us up all week about it. It felt good to give him that win with his history, with him and Coolidge getting beat by Blue Ridge. So it felt really good to do that for the coach.
Turn the tables on the mighty Yellow Jackets, right? Was there ever any doubt in your mind coming into the game about the outcome tonight?
A little bit. I knew they'd go pretty hard for the memorial at halftime, playing for their coach. That scared me a little bit. But after that first half, I felt pretty confident.
Carson, it was a pretty tense first half between these two teams. I don't know if you know this or not, but your team, the Cougars, penalized 13 times in the first half. Every time we turned around, there's a flag going, and there's a few unsportsmanlike. What was the tone of the game like out there on the field between these two teams?
It was pretty tense. Like, my teammates were going at it. They were getting mad. It was crazy.
I asked Gage about a couple of seniors on your team that weren't playing tonight, couldn't play, and are out for right now. Ryan Kishbaugh. You didn't need him, clearly, okay, but you're going to need him at some point.
Will.
So not having him out here tonight, and also Colton Cloyd not being there, and I don't know, there might be some other guys that are sidelined right now for your team. Talk about the overall health of the Cougars.
We stay healthy. We have a pretty good strength and conditioning coach and trainers, but those two injuries, that really hurt us. But I hope we get him back, and I hope we get Colin Cloyd back. He's really good, and I know we'll get Ryan back probably by the next home game, so I'm excited for that.
So the Sholo Cougars came into the game tonight, ranked number 3 in the state in the power rankings, one spot behind Push Ridge, and the number 1 team in the state right now are the Thatcher Eagles. Do you guys spend any time talking about the competition? Do you and your teammates, you talk about these other teams and what the playoffs might look like coming up?
We haven't really watched any film on them, but we have been talking about Thatcher. We know they're a good team, and we're going to be prepared for them, but we're not underestimating them at all.
Is that Mom right there?
Yeah.
Mom's getting some video, some footage.
Yeah.
Listen, Carson, you played a great game, and you're a guy who shows up big on either side of the ball for your team. Can I ask you about your touchdown run tonight? 41-yard touchdown run, as I recall, and I'm trying to walk through my mind. There were so many things that Sholo did, so many highlights. I don't remember them all. Walk us through it and talk about that big run for you tonight.
Oh, gosh. I don't know if I can even remember, but it was a 2-trap, and I went up. I think there was a guy that came right here. I cut it inside, and I tried to go as fast as I can and make it into the end zone. I was just
once you saw some green grass.
Yeah,
it was.
Yeah, I really wanted to get there. I really wanted to get there.
It did a great job. Do you have an older brother that That was no? Okay, I thought maybe you had an older brother that was a star at Sholo in the last few years.
No, I just moved here my freshman year.
Okay, gotcha, yeah. Carson. Okay, Carson, I'm gonna let you leave with, but I want to ask you about a couple other things first before we go.
Okay.
Jet Walker. We named him the Sports on Radio Player of the Game. That's presented by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. And listen, honestly, Jet, you, Gage, I think you guys all share that here tonight in this one. But can you give me a word or two on Jet Walker and his future as a Show Low Cougar?
I think Jet deserves that Player of the Game. I mean, when I was a freshman, I could have never done that. I would have been way too scared to go on that field and play against those bigger guys.
Yeah.
And he's a good kid. I just love him. And he works hard. That's all I got to say.
He does. He works hard. He's got that reputation. And it's going to be amazing to watch him for the next, after this, the next 3 seasons. He's just a freshman. And he turned out with a 100-plus yard rushing night tonight and 2 touchdowns. How about Nash Brewer? We got word. Everybody was talking about Nash is hurt. He's got a hand injury. But Nash came out. He had a long touchdown run. He ran the ball pretty well. I think he had 63 yards rushing tonight in this one. And you see there on the replay, those who are watching video, that was a nice throw downfield to your teammate Gage Reed, had taken inside the 5-yard line. Nash seems to be none the worse for wear. I don't know if he's hurt much, but he didn't look like he was hurting too much tonight in the win.
Yeah, he seemed pretty good out there.
Yeah. You want to give a little shout-out to some of those unsung heroes maybe in the trenches, some of the big linemen up front? They don't often get their names called out, but you couldn't do it without those big guys.
Yeah, I'd say Armani, Flores, and Zane, Engel, they're real good. I like getting behind them and just like running right off their butts.
Yeah. Let those guys take care of the hard stuff, right?
Yeah.
Take care of the hard work, and then
I always watch them come around and just clear it out.
What are they like? How do they respond to you and the other guys that get the glory, that run in the football, scoring the touchdowns, handling the ball? What are they? How do they interact with you guys, knowing that they're going to do, again, the dirty work for you guys?
Yeah, they're really positive about it. They hype us up and everything, and they should get all the credit.
It's a different mentality, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not one that guys who run the football or catch the football really can relate to.
Yeah.
I don't know how many running backs and receivers would keep playing football if that's what their job was like out on the football every day.
Not many.
They'd probably move on and go find something else to do, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, listen, great job tonight. Dominating win. I don't know how many times Sholo's ever beaten Blue Ridge like this, but you can always look back and say that was us.
Yeah.
We did that.
Yeah.
Right? Congratulations. Good luck to you. I know it's going to be a big year to finish up with, and then the playoffs. Can't wait to see what the Cougars are going to do, okay?
Me too.
All right, Carson Cooper right there. He is certainly one of our players of the game tonight. Our Sports on Radio Player of the Game is brought to you, as always, by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. I want to thank Carson. I want to thank Gage Reed for joining us here as we wrap it up. Final score, 50-7. Sholo takes down the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets. Sholo is all alone in first place in the 3A Northeast region here at this point. And coming in tonight, they were ranked number 3 by the AIA's Power Rankings system as we get to the final stretches of this 2022 campaign. The Sports on Radio Game of the Week is presented by Hatch Toyota. And all of that for our video packages, our wrap-ups that we shoot for you here after our ball games. You can look for those beginning tomorrow. See some great stuff here from this one tonight as we continue to bring you the best coverage of high school football on radio and our live video stream coverage on the Sports on Radio Facebook page and YouTube channel. Make sure you're watching those and make sure you're liking the Facebook page and subscribing to the YouTube channel. Everybody get all the coverage. I'm going to take a timeout, and I'll come back to Blue Ridge High School and give you one final look at the stats in this one. Final thoughts from Blue Ridge High School tonight. And remind you that our next Sports on Radio Game of the Week broadcast is next Friday night. Look at that. Look at Jet Walker's run downfield on that, those watching the video and seeing those highlights. And there's Carson Cooper taking it up the middle for a 41-yard Cougar touchdown tonight. Part of the big win, 50-7. There's another look at Cooper from the wide angle. Look at that speed. Nicely done, Carson. Remind you that next Friday night we'll be at Snowflake High School. The Snowflake Lobos are going to be taking on American Leadership Academy of Gilbert North. Those are the Eagles. That's Randy Reisdorf's team. and he's bringing them up to the White Mountains. And we can't wait for it. That's next Friday night. Let's grab a timeout, everybody, and we'll return to give our final thoughts on our postgame wrap-up right after these words. First, with this word in from Beeman Well Drilling. Back in just a moment.
The team at Beeman Well Drilling is like a great football team. They work hard, they work as a team, and they play to win. Their reputation is second to none, and they proudly call the White Mountains their home, even though they complete projects throughout the entire southwestern United States and beyond. No project is too big or too small for Beeman Well Drilling, so when the time comes for you to punch a hole in the ground, remember the White Mountains' top well drilling team, Beeman Well Drilling. Call anytime, 928-205-7647. Go deep with Beeman Well Drilling.
This October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and Summit Healthcare sends out this reminder to schedule your annual mammogram. To make it easier, Summit is offering 2D mammos for just $99 throughout the month of October. A physician's order is required. Call today to schedule your appointment. 928-537-6554. Purchase your voucher at mdsave.com. Don't put that mammogram off another day. Schedule your $99 2D mammogram right now by calling 928-537-6554. Offer good until October 31st at Summit Healthcare.
Cash for Clunkers is back for a limited time at Hatch Toyota in Sholo. We got buyers bidding on all trade-ins, regardless of mileage, year, or condition. And this is your opportunity to get rid of your old clunker and get $2,000 minimum towards a quality late-model, low-mileage car, truck, SUV, or new in-stock Toyota. The bumper's held on by duct tape, the trunk lid wired shut. Bring it in. Get a guaranteed minimum $2,000 on your trade, running or not. No matter what condition it's in, no matter how much you owe on it, you don't need a cash down payment. You don't need perfect credit. Hatch Toyota is giving you a minimum $2,000 trade value toward the purchase of any pre-owned or new Toyota in stock. Hatch Toyota, your Cash for Clunkers headquarters at the Northern Arizona Auto Mall in Sholo and at hatchtoyota.com. Keeping the White Mountains rolling for 32 years. All offers on approved credit plus tax, title, license, and dealer doc fees. Must have a clean title. Cannot be combined with any other offers or sale items.
We're back in to give our final thoughts on tonight's Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week, presented by those folks right there that you just heard from, Hatch Toyota. And another great month on the way, the month of October down at Hatch Toyota. Going to be a fantastic month, everybody. Here's we wrap it up from Blue Ridge High School tonight. Give you a look at the numbers again. I ran through the Sholo numbers a moment ago, mentioned 391 yards of total offense, 11 first downs for the team. Time of possession for the Cougars, 22 minutes, 31 seconds here in this one today. They were able to develop that 40-plus point lead in the second half and get that running clock going toward the end of the third quarter and on into the fourth quarter. Otherwise, these numbers could be simply outrageous. They were penalized 14 times for 122 yards, did something at halftime because they cleaned it up. They only were penalized one time that we have on record in that second half. So, again, they did clean it up. It was one flag after the next in that first half. But eventually, all was cleared up and good. The Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets had 155 yards of total offense and 8 first downs for the Yellow Jackets today. They ran the ball for 34 yards, threw the ball for 121. 25 minutes, 25 seconds time of possession for the Yellow Jackets. Blue Ridge was never sacked in this game, which is pretty good accomplishment. They do get the ball out pretty quick, as you'll see right there on that replay on a ball that's tipped from the quarterback Luke Berlin. Those of you watching the highlights on video, he was trying to hit Seth Slaughter on that one. There was an incomplete pass. Those are highlights from early on in the game. You're going to see them in sequence. Well, I thought we were going to see them in sequence. I guess maybe we're looking at various collections of highlights from the game. It's a nice throw downfield to Carson Cooper on the receiving end of that Nash Brewer catch right there. You'll see it again back over the middle. Cooper right there breaking 3 tackles before finally Seth Slaughter brings him down. But looking at the numbers back on the Yellow Jackets, penalized 6 times in the game for 40 yards. They fumbled once, lost that fumble. I mentioned earlier, no turnovers for Sholo. They actually did turn the ball over once tonight. They fumbled, and the Yellow Jackets recovered. Total turnovers for Blue Ridge today, 5. They threw 4 interceptions. 4 interceptions. 11 of 34 for Luke Berlin tonight. Tough going for the freshman. And we've talked a lot about the freshman on the other side. Jet Walker, who was our Sports Zone Radio Player of the Game, listen, this guy here, this freshman, Luke Berlin, he's going to be the Sports Zone Radio Player of the Game a lot in the years that follow. All he's going to do is get better. He's had some brilliant moments as a freshman, but here against a very fast and physical Sholo team, just tough going for him all night long. He did have some drops on the end of it, but he would have finished, maybe in the 50% range if he'd not had those drops. Made some mistakes for sure, but give the guy a lot of credit. He's out there battling when most kids that are his age doing what he does, that job he does, are going to be playing freshman football. It's just plain and simply how it is, but he's out there battling with the big boys, and those are his numbers for tonight, 121 yards throwing the football. Here tonight on the receiving end for the Yellow Jackets, their leading receiver was Elam Antonelli, 5 catches for 64 yards. Seth Slaughter, 5 catches for 32. Jake Esparza caught 2 passes for 23 yards in this one. Running the football, Jace Barton, fresh off last week's 4-touchdown running performance today. Well, a little tougher against the Sholo defense. 13 carries for 28 yards. Did have a touchdown in this game today. Seth Slaughter, 4 carries for 6 yards overall. And Luke Berlin, 1 rush for no yards. Luke doesn't run much. He ran once tonight, and he gained nothing on it. But that's no problem. And those are your final numbers in this one tonight. A win for the Show Low Cougars, 50-7 over the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets. We are going to have an abbreviated version of the Ace Hardware Scoreboard Show. That's the show the coaches call. That's part of the Friday Night Football Show presented by Hatch Toyota. That's coming up in a few moments. We'll run through the scoreboard for you, talk about some of those final scores out there across the state tonight. There are a couple of games that we're certainly interested in. The undefeated Florence Gophers, not highly ranked for that undefeated record. I guess strength of schedule is an issue for them. But we're going to take a look at them. They were hosting tonight, and they had a tough game on the schedule. Was it Eastmark, I think, coming in to play Florence? I can't really remember exactly who they were going to play. I just know that was one of the top games on the schedule, and we're going to look at that and a whole lot more for you here as we wrap it up on our broadcast of the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week, which is, as always, presented by Hatch Toyota. Stay tuned for the Ace Hardware Scoreboard Show. I want to thank our great broadcast team. It's led by our producer, Derek Simmons. Our technical director tonight did a great job. Fernando Quintana, you're looking at his handiwork on the screen right there. And on camera, Sean Ulvestad doing his work. Our statistician tonight, the lovely Sonia Simmons. And for my broadcast partner, B-Squared Byron Brown, I'm Floyd Simmons. Thank you for joining us for the broadcast here tonight from Blue Ridge High School. Don't forget, next week, we'll be at Snowflake. Next week, Friday night, Snowflake takes on ALA Gilbert North, and we'll have the broadcast right here. Sports Zone Radio. The Hatch Toyota Friday Night Football Show continues on right after these words. We'll be back to Blue Ridge High School in a bit. Stand by, everybody.
Hatch Toyota in Sholo knows the best form of advertising is when your experience is so good, you tell your friends about it.
My product specialist helped me find my dream car. I drove 200 miles to buy a 4Runner. He knew all the features of the car without putting any pressure on me. I visited 4 dealerships in the state, and he had the best customer service of anyone. I highly recommend.
I reached out to Hatch Toyota, which is several hours away from me.